Welcome to another episode of Around the Mage Table. This is episode 89 of the podcast for the rest of us. A week where we have so much to talk about. Lythian, how you doing today?
It's Friday.
We're
It's
recording on a
first night
Friday.
of CWS, and I'm in
You're
here
picking up
talking to
all the
y'all.
players' wives and girlfriends?
I'm in here talking to y'all instead of out there having a good time with the rest of folks in Omaha. So
In fairness, if we
Thanks.
get this done in record time, and again, I'm jinxing us, you can go out and you can drink with your friends soon enough.
Yeah, right. He's gonna sit on his butt and do keys with us. Like,
Absolutely.
we all know what's gonna
Nah,
happen.
No, you're playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. So, Scrap, how's Roller Coaster Tycoon treating you?
Oh, it's so good, dude. I'm working on Rainbow Summit. It's kind of a tricky scenario. But I'm closing in on completing all the scenarios, so I don't really know what to do with my life when I'm done.
Have you not completed them ever before?
No, there's like hundreds.
I thought you would have done them before already.
No, because I didn't have all the expansions when I was a kid. So
you didn't get them
it's
out
brand new
of
stuff.
cereal
She was
boxes?
a poor kid.
No, I've only got some out of cereal boxes.
Guys, in the comments below, tell us if you've ever bought video games from a cereal box, because Scrap
Who
swears
hasn't?
that's where all her games came from before Steam
Bro,
existed.
Amazon Trail out the cereal box. Tell me if you're old like I am. I
Six
played that game
Flags.
so much.
Oh, you
Cereal
are so
box.
old.
Yeah.
You're older than me.
I don't think
Did
that's
you, wait,
accurate.
did you say Six Flags? Where did the Six Flags
Yeah,
go?
Six Flags cereal box. I was gonna make a joke about her being poor growing up, but then I thought it'd be in bad taste. But now I'm
It's pretty bad.
explaining it. So,
No, she tells us all the time how rich her parents are and that they're never going
My
to give her a
parents
dime.
are very rich.
well, they were rich.
Well,
but they just,
to be fair, they weren't when I was a kid, but like,
They once they got rid of her, that's when they got the wealth.
yeah, that's
Once
when they got all
they-
the money. Keep it to
This is
themselves.
way
Yeah.
better.
Yep. I think they were hiding it from me the whole time.
All right. I ask you, how rich are your parents?
not rich at all. The only reason my mom's able to retire is because her dad died and he had over $1 million in stock. So,
Oh, hell yeah.
So he was in on that IPO for SpaceX, huh?
no, so he already had he had made some really good investments early on. He got Amazon early on, and he got something else that became bigger early on. And then when the stock market had its kind of crash during COVID, he bought a ton of Tesla when it was $20, and
Yeah.
it shot right back up. So that's
Nice.
kind of how he got the rest of it.
You buy some of that SpaceX, bro?
Me?
Me?
Yeah, either one of you.
My dad wanted me to buy it for, he has a little a kids fund that you like to help pay for their college. So he'll text me randomly oh, let's get this stock for him. And he'll do it $100 or $200 at a time. And he's like, oh, get SpaceX, get in on the IPO. And I'm like, get in on the IPO? Don't you need to have $100,000 minimum?
No. I got in.
They dropped it to $2,000 for the SpaceX. And then I started researching SpaceX, and it looks like this is going to be a huge dump on the retail, retail investors that are trying to.
So wait.
No. So I went in. So I went in on the IOI, and I requested a certain amount of shares. And you know how many I got? You know how many I got? I got one fucking share. That's all I got.
I was able to request 200, and I got 10, but I didn't buy them because I was just this is not a good
I
idea.
have no idea what we're talking about.
Wait, so for $2,000 I can get space sex? Is that what you said?
Yes.
No. Anyway,
Buy 'em all.
Leo
Buy,
made a good
buy,
joke.
buy.
Leo made a joke that SpaceX is not going to be profitable until they learn how to make sex robots for space. Because who the hell's want to go to Mars for 4 months without a SpaceX sex robot? So
Can't
Why don't they have
just
sex
make
with
one?
each
Maybe
other?
he will. Maybe he will.
they can't have sex with each other. Scrap their fellow peers and employees. Against
Right.
HR.
Scrap has a bunch of stock in the stock market, dude.
Speaking
I
of good
bought
investments,
one
Ioski, guess
Yeah.
what came in today?
The jerseys. I don't need to guess.
Oh,
I
it
know the
looks
answer.
so good.
Look at the little Frank.
It does. It looks like the picture. I thought it would look decent, but it actually looks a lot better in person than I thought it could have.
It looks
Yeah.
good quality.
Frank really let himself go. It's fine.
Would it make you happy, Lythian, knowing that this is a 3X?
Well, I mean,
No,
you're
why would
7
that
feet
make
tall.
I am 7 feet tall, so that's
Fits you really well.
for those of
It's
you that are
3X
going to see us at BlizzCon. Don't worry, it will be very hard to miss me. Not only in my highlighter of a jersey we'll be wearing that has a nice number 60 for our place in the MDI, but I will be 7 feet tall, so I'll be standing clear above everyone
And
else.
not only that, he'll have me attached to his chest on one of those kid carrier things because I
You'll
don't
be
feel
like
Carlos.
Carlos in The Hangover,
Yeah.
right? You'll have the
I love
sunglasses
that.
just sitting in my, what are they called, baboose or whatever. All right.
Lydia's
Well,
like, I'm not participating in any of this.
that said, so update on the road to BlizzCon, i.e. our episodes until we hit episode 100. I did really bad
Terrible.
math.
Terrible
So
at math. Yeah.
we were contemplating skipping this week, and the truth is there's not really anything at all to talk about. Thank God for Sperry last week. Again, you guys loved that episode. Really appreciate her doing that with us. We still need a lot more therapy, but it sounds like I'm the one that needs it. And that said, this week there was really no news at all. We have MDI we can talk about just in a second. We have some other things we can talk about, but really nothing. We did luckily get some questions from our community this week, so we'll kind of jump into that and just have some yap. But I thought we could only afford one more episode before running out of enough episodes to hit BlizzCon at 100. Looking at the calendar now, it appears that I've got that completely wrong. We actually have 3 episodes we can afford to skip before BlizzCon.
Oh, dude, let's go.
Assuming our 100th episode will be the weekend or the Monday after BlizzCon, because that's when we'll kind of summarize BlizzCon. That said, I don't know if I really want to use those up just right yet, but I will say that it's been kind of torture to come up with ideas for each episode every week in and out. So we'll go ahead and do this episode today. I will be at the beach for the next 2 weeks. I'm preparing my laptop for episodes because I believe next week we'll have our 12.1 announcement as soon as 12.0.7 goes out. And obviously we can't miss an episode like that. But I will be on location and recording from a MacBook camera. And then we may choose to skip some episodes if we really don't have a lot to talk about. I do think I might do another trivia episode. I don't know if you guys enjoyed that stuff.
I think I
I
enjoyed it. I don't really remember.
I got all the questions wrong.
It's
so
fun
it
for
doesn't
us.
matter.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like when we've done them in the past, I mean, I wasn't really a regular contributor when we did the last one, but I think maybe now they'd be a little more.
Yeah, they'd
Fewer
probably do better
interest.
because Io's here.
Well, I mean, we had, I think, Technique and Haywire for the last one, and Haywire came screaming back at the end, if I remember correctly, but he also got so many wrong at the start.
I literally blacked out the trivia episode. Like I
Well, the
remember
truth is,
doing it.
They don't like, the viewership is actually not that very good on them, but I enjoy the episode a lot. Like, it's a lot of fun
Yeah.
to build
We
the
gotta do
trivia
what
and
we
all that stuff.
We
enjoy.
should do a second YouTube like some people do that is for like stuff like Keystone Kindergarten or like fun stuff like that, because like I don't know how it works with, like, I've seen people do stuff like that. I don't know if it like affects the algorithm for like the
Well, it's not
podcast
like-
or whatever.
Not like the podcast is helping those get views. So you may as well do
Oh.
another channel.
Wow.
It's true though. People, they're not watching it. We need a different audience.
Well,
Is it
update on the Trader Raid. Requiem is currently working on the edit. He says
I
he's
can't
just been
wait for
busy,
that.
but he'll have it up soon. We will put that on our YouTube. So thank you, Requiem. And yeah, so again, we might just have some stuttering in our content now that we have a little more breathing room. Honestly, Scrap 1 second before recording asked if we could just bail on this one, but I figured
I've had a bit of a day.
Yeah,
So
so why don't we just jump in? We'll see how long it takes, and hopefully we can get Scrap to repairing her fence very soon.
yeah,
Sound
my
good?
fence got knocked over by the wind, and I'm supposed to go on vacation tomorrow. So
what kind of weak fence do you have, bro?
it's like a completely rotted out old ass fence. It's probably original to the house. I don't know.
This would have been better if it was Sunday and we'd already known the results of the weekend, but we are recording on Friday, and I did actually fully watch the final rounds, I should say, of MDI. Has anyone else watched them? I don't think Lythian or Scrap care.
No.
I
don't
No, I did not.
It was somewhat interesting. It was a shutout for most teams, but for example, Mandatory on the Pit of Saron, they were, I think Interrupt is a Chinese guild, and it was supposed to be like a stomp out, but Interrupt actually came very close to beating them on that first game, which would have been like a, you know, earth shattering.
upset.
Yeah, well, not only total upset, but like it could have completely like unraveled Mandatory's mindset. They like did this. I want to say they did the first pull, and then they just did the second pull, which was everything up until the first boss. And it was like insane. It was just, you know, they had like a warlock that just did 1 billion damage. But it does look like Liquid and Mandatory are the favorites going into the rest of the weekend. We will see 4 of these teams at BlizzCon, because this is like a finals to the finals at BlizzCon. One team is going to be one of the Chinese teams no matter what. So Interrupt and Big Lucky are those 2 teams. Even though they were possibly the first 2 to go out, one of them will have to advance. But then hopefully we'll see, you know, teams like Liquid, Mandatory, Dignitas, which I think is the old missed count, and of course other teams like that.
It's weird to see Dignitas do take over that mantle, because I feel like MDI is not super big on like the esports spectrum. So for them, they used to have like a League of Legends team, like they were a bigger esports brand like 10 years ago and they weren't even really like that great a team either. So like the fact that they're kind of still kicking around and they're like, oh hey, let's have this MDI team, I think that's kind of cool.
Well, and it's also interesting that Mandatory, I think, is the Echo team, but they're not correlated with Echo for some reason. I guess maybe just
Not branded.
well, there's sponsorship involved with it, which ultimately they'll say, is it worth the money to pay for, in this case, MDI, which is, I think, an $80,000 prize pool.
Is it still like Gingy and now? Because now is in a different guild, so maybe it's just because they're
No,
just
it's oh man, I was listening to this. I feel like Gingy is still in there, but someone else is. Damn man, I wish I paid more attention. Someone is not on the team anymore, and it may be Gingy. But like again, it was interesting because seeing Interrupt come in, like apparently Mandatory was playing on location together, which I think the same way Liquid is doing, and yeah, they were like, it's in France, I think, and they were out at the beach right before the match, like taking pictures, and seeing Interrupt come in so heavy and almost knocking them, like they were. I think Max was co-streaming and he's joking like, oh my, they're just gonna close down the facility and everyone's just gonna go home and forfeit immediately. So, and again, it's fun to watch. It was like I thought it would be pretty boring for the round one because again, score wise, it was stomping, but it was very interesting to see like little things that were going wrong and fun. I keep thinking back to when we were trying to do the MDI qualifying, and
Yeah.
should we were ever to qualify to make it onto the stream, how embarrassing it would be for us. I was gonna ask, do you guys feel
That's why
like
we're not gonna qualify.
I was gonna say, do you think that we would just like, oh shit, and just embarrass ourselves so badly?
I just remember it's always stuck in my head. In Necrotic Wake, there was one team that was in the stream and they fucked up the first poll, and then they just kind of like danced and were silly the whole time. It's like that does happen to the people at the top sometimes too. I think where
oh yeah,
they fuck
Yeah.
something up.
yeah. This like again, this poll in Pit of Saron was so crazy. I could only think that everyone else that would try to mimic it after this would just be making mistakes unless they got a chance to practice it. Like, Liquid, for example, had a Pit of Sound today. I don't know if they did the poll, I don't remember, but
So
everyone's
they went
gonna
all
be
the way to the
scrambling.
first boss. With it?
They did like I'm not joking, it looked like 40
How'd they
mobs.
manage the ads that they have to talk to, like be out of combat? They
Oh
just
no,
did that
they would go
after?
back afterwards and sort that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Like for example,
What,
the augmentation evokers can do
Oh, yeah.
that worm stone or whatever. So
what key level do they play at?
So it's all over the place. It's ranging, I think, from like 14s up to 19s.
Oh, okay.
I think the Pit of
Interesting.
Saron, for example, is a 16. Maybe not 14, maybe like 16 to 19s. So yeah, I guess like they deem it which one's harder, and we'll drop the keystone based on that, or not.
Do you think that the pugs are going to be plagued with people attempting to do that poll like that in over the next couple weeks?
Probably not.
There was I don't know if it was like a YouTube video or just maybe another podcast that was talking about this. I don't feel like I see that much of that this season.
But we also haven't pugged much this season, Frank.
No, I've been
I know you
pugging-
pugged a bit,
I've
but
been,
like
no, I've been pugging a shit ton.
oh, maybe that's why
Yeah.
you're burned out though.
No, I definitely am burned out because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop pugging.
This mandatory team has a really cool website.
Oh yeah.
It's
Pull
got
up the
their-
website, Frank. Let's
they
have a look
got-
at it.
They got jerseys and stuff. Holy
What?
cow!
They
Why
got
wouldn't-
they
why
copied
wouldn't they?
us.
Mandatory.gg is the website, but
Let's see.
go to the roster.
Oh my god,
Yeah, dude.
awesome. Oh yeah,
Like,
it's like
this-
a proper esports.
Yeah, it's like a whole esports thing. Go
Yeah.
to the top, go to the roster.
I've seen
and
like
hit
League of
the
Legends
World of Warcraft.
How
that
much,
have like esport promos like that.
How much do you have to pay to get those kind of like those kind of videos filmed? Like,
I mean, these
where's
guys
our,
are all like content creators. I'm sure that they were able to pull strings.
No, they're still paying though.
Well, yeah, they're paying for it, but I mean, I'm sure it wasn't. They didn't not.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're
you got
connected.
Yeah,
jerseys.
so Gingy's still
jerseys.
there. Gingy's
Yep.
still there. Mirrors is there, who I
Oh,
think Mirrors just came
sure.
back to Race to World First rating. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun to watch. It was more entertaining than I thought it would be today, and of course it'll only get more entertaining. I guess this is where they're playing in France right now. I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know. Just It's
But
busy.
yeah, I kept thinking about as I was watching this, like, oh man, imagine if, especially with our comms, because they can
Can
sometimes listen in on our comms and be like
I
scrap screaming, bloody
at
roar.
BlizzCon, can we take a picture of all of us with your nice lights and stuff, Frank, in our jerseys, and we do profiles like that on the
Yeah,
website?
yeah. I'm
Like,
bringing my
That'd be
really
cool.
nice camera, so we can
yeah,
record the
let's
the
just
wide shot of them.
can we fully copy their video and layout of their website, like 100%?
Yeah, here.
Oh, do you want you
you
want me
want
to
this?
recreate that?
Yeah, I want to recreate this video,
I
but
can't
I
do
want it to
that.
be respectful. I don't want them to think we're making fun of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, and doing like all that and stuff.
Just lightning bolts flying off of you as you're pointing at your head, like, yeah.
Oh, dude, I think it's so awesome. Oh, I want to be that guy.
Did if we ever randomly lucked into qualifying, would you guys ever just take like a week off of work to just like spam practice for like
It's
the
pretty
stage?
easy
Or
to do that if I know in advance.
I would say that I want to go as far as you guys will allow me to. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't have a problem throwing myself at a wall for
Picture
like 10
this,
hours.
Frank.
Like my mental keeps
Well,
up.
Picture this, Frank. You're a 1930s German dictator, and you told people you weren't going to invade
Whoa.
Poland.
Is that it? Picture that.
What
please.
is the correlation here?
I don't understand.
I want you to crack the whip. Whip us into shape.
So you want me to force Lythian to take time off from his
Yeah.
very busy job?
Yeah, and come in control.
I mean, if he pays me enough, I will.
It was a really convoluted way to tell you to be like a dictator. It was like,
Mhm.
Here's the
as we
thing,
discussed last week, I don't think me being viewed as a dictator is healthy for anyone in this group.
No,
I'm not
no,
gonna
it's
lie
not.
to you.
It's not.
My classic guild raid leader is like a big dick, and like the way he talks to people sometimes like is really uncomfortable. But we clear the raids and we have a lot of success, and I don't know if that's correlated. but
You guys see those TikToks from that was it
And-
Murloc Squirts guy?
What?
raid
What kind
leader?
of weird name is
I've,
that?
I've
dude.
seen Murloc Squares, but I don't think we're talking about the same
The
thing.
raid leader. No, the raid leader.
Oh,
That's
where he's
gross.
shouting and screaming.
Yeah,
Lythian,
yeah,
I've seen those TikToks where he's like gets really angry.
Like he's
always
super,
shirtless.
He's like a ripped
No,
dude.
no,
he's
I
always
think
shirtless.
that he's putting it
Yeah.
on though. I don't think those are real. Like
I don't know
he's
if they're real or not,
No
but
way.
they're super entertaining.
Yeah,
why
I mean,
would you film it over
people
and
in the
over?
people in the
Like-
raid are laughing when he's crashing out.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So
There's,
it's
definitely
a bit in one way or another, right?
Yeah.
It is, but it's so funny to watch him crash out, dude. It's
Yeah.
entertaining.
Frank's in that awkward position where he's like our boss, but he wants to be our friend also, and he is our friend, but he's also our boss, so we gotta respect it. It's
He
like
wants
it's like an
people to
awkward
be-
part.
Is-
Whoa,
does he-
to fear how much we
Whoa.
love
Is he our
him.
boss?
He's
Whoa,
like,
whoa,
I
whoa,
don't
I'm talking
know.
the raid.
Okay,
Whoa.
let's be clear. One, right? I don't want anything other than just peace and quiet to my psyche, right? Two, you
Oh.
guys do not respect me, full stop, period, end of sentence,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's
So
true.
I'm just
Totally
trying
fine.
to, again, I come in every night. It's the same thing, like especially when we're progging in a fun fight. I remember there was a night where I think we had already cleared Laura once, but we were coming back for the reclear. And I was like, man, it's a good fight. We done it. Like, this is going to be good. That night I was so hyped about raiding. And that night when we finished, I wanted to just like curl up and die
Yeah.
because you guys had just completely exhausted my mental.
Not
So-
me. I'm quiet the whole
Yeah,
in
not
time.
fairness,
me.
in fairness, Fanala, no, not on raid night. You're usually
Yeah,
a
I'm
help
just
a help
chill.
to my psyche, not to hurt it.
I do what I'm supposed to do, and I stay quiet, and I watch Frank get tilted like 6 different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to be fair, Frank, I don't think people are getting hit by glaives
No,
because they
no,
don't
they're
respect
not.
you.
No.
I think
Yeah.
it's because they're not good
They just
at
don't
video
respect
games.
me, and they also don't want to care, right? It's like the two
Well,
perfect.
okay. I don't think that's
On the
why.
MDI thing though, if we were actually going to compete, we probably shouldn't bring our wheel classes.
No.
I don't know. Part of me is like, yeah, like again, I don't want to compete for the sake of obviously winning. We're not there. Full stop. Like,
No.
no way.
Are you kidding me?
But
I mean,
if we qualify, we get $1,000, right? Okay, that's nice.
And then we don't show up. That's what I think.
No,
we should do.
and then we just put on a show, right?
Yeah.
We for whatever reason, maybe we make it look like we're cooking some really good strat, and we
Yeah.
just do like a completely everyone's like, what route is this?
Yeah.
Only for us to obviously only have 50% like pull
Count. Yeah.
count, like, yeah.
So wait, are you
So
talking like top 8? We have to qualify. No, like top 20, right?
no, top 24, but I think
Okay, we could
but
totally
of
do
that,
top
8 of them
24.
are the Chinese guild, so we have to be like top 18 or 16, whatever.
I feel like we could do that.
We
But-
could do.
Have
So
you
here's the other
seen me
thing. I
play?
wonder if. Sorry, go on.
But then I
said,
don't want
"Have
to do
you
any
seen you
more.
play?"
Yeah.
No, I
You don't
like.
wanna do
We really
anymore?
would have to lock in and play our best.
Yeah.
Like a full. And again, luck would have to also kind of string things together for us too.
And we have to comp properly.
I
An
don't
AUG
know.
and stuff, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know if we.
What?
So the thing that I'm curious about is next season when we would compete again. Will it be the great push style again, or will they continue as this time trial one? Because
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I'm of a different opinion than IO. I don't think it'll really matter. I think we'll play similarly either way.
oh no, I think if we really throw
Wow.
ourselves to it, we could place top 30 if we really set our mind to it.
I mean, top 60. That's not so bad, right? It's pretty close. Out of
Top
how many?
60 No, top out of we don't know who actually tried, but top 60 was our like just bare minimum because we kind of just
Yeah.
stopped at a certain point, or we were like
Yeah.
we only did it 2 nights, yada yada yada. So
Yeah, our runs that we
were-
submitted weren't perfect. Like we had deaths and stuff in them. We could have
Well,
definitely
we-
had more
if
perfect
we
runs.
had time to commit to it, like if we put proper time aside and we actually tried, we could probably hit maybe the 30s.
I genuinely enjoyed when we were just hammering that first pull of Skyreach over and over. Like I like that. Like just tightening it up, getting it close, and then we got to do that for like the whole dungeon, right? Like I enjoy doing
Yeah.
that kind of stuff though.
That's the hard part. Is some of us don't have that type of what's the word?
Don't have the mental
They don't have that
Resilience.
grit. They don't have the
Resilience.
grit. Yeah.
It'll be scary too because I'll be a DK tanking next season. And,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'll be
gonna be
healing
great.
it.
and
That's
that's
gonna be great.
not
No.
the type of
Frank's just
on
gonna get
MDI.
deleted.
yeah.
Boop,
I wonder
he's
when the
dead.
last time, other than maybe like what was it, season 3 of Shadowlands, when they had that stupid amount of damage, when the last time a blood DK was even in the qualifying, let alone meta.
I wonder when the last time a survival hunter was. Like
Did you kind of laugh at
Go on.
I was gonna make a dumb joke. You finished what you were gonna say.
No, I just think I've seen a survival here and there, not a lot, but
No, in
Oh.
the MDI.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say that it's funny how Frank's the leader of the bunch and he's a DK, like the DK rap.
fuck off.
Oh.
Jesus.
DK.
Stop.
Donkey Kong.
We'll get a copyright strike from Nintendo.
What? Because
Alright.
I was so good. What I just did.
They will go for anything and everything. All
I
right.
nailed it.
Let's talk the Addon Trials, a contest hosted by CurseForge. Lythian, I bring this up only because this is your chance to win an $8,000 total prize pool, which I think you can only win up to
But that's gonna go into the podcast. coffer, right?
$2,500. Yeah, Lythian's
Oh,
a
okay.
winner.
Lythian, put that in the
So Lythian,
podcast.
update us on the TDV add-on. How's it going? For those who don't remember, TDV, Total Dungeon Value, was our plebs brainchild that we ran with on trying to do something more than just the damage meters. Lythian has taken it now and run with it. He does have a TDV website, which I thought I pulled up actually. Yeah, I did. So here's an example of our TDV run with Sperry. And yeah, so Lyth, like what's going on? You got an add-on coming along?
The add-on sucks.
Great
Well,
promotion.
here's the problem with the add-on, right? You have to have a helper app on your computer, and the helper
Did
app
you key
is
with Rockskin?
yeah, he did.
Does he know that it was you?
Yeah,
Yeah, he must. He's on
he
his
knew.
friend
Yeah,
list.
he did.
knew.
He did.
I did a key with Rockskin earlier this season.
I haven't done one with Roxanne. There's a bug on that one, but anyway.
You could tell, sorry, just aside, you could tell Rockskin was trying to beat me on the DPS meter because he was just like foregoing using like feigned deaths and misdirects, and he got himself killed. So like
oh,
the
he's
tank,
playing survival.
136 is
Whoa.
not that much for a
survival hunter,
Windrunner.
no.
well, it was a 12.
Oh, it was a safe one.
It was a 12.
But yeah, the add-on doesn't work unless you reload at the end of the key, which kind of bothers me. So I have to figure out how to fix that.
It also
But
bothers you that
there's
I'm
a-
the number 1 ranked tank right now.
Yeah, I gotta fix the.
You're getting so much HPS you're not
I
supposed
gotta
to get.
fix that. I
Have
gotta
you
fix-
seen
No, no, no,
Panalo's
no.
HPS?
I
Oh,
Yeah,
you fixed
yeah,
it.
his
You
is
fixed
all
it.
fucked
Fixed it.
up.
Yeah, there was a bug. I fixed the bug, but you have to re-upload the logs, and so I had to do a bunch of stuff today. But But no, it's coming along. I like it. It's fun to mess around with. I create my own parser, so I'm not using Warcraft logs
which
parser.
is
So
very impressive.
I can do my own. Well, I could do more with it. So I'm just learning how to parse the logs, and I've been fixing a lot of bugs. So like
Well,
warlock kicks and things like that.
everyone that's watching, you guys can upload your logs, just drag and drop the log into this. What I like about it, Lythian, is I don't have to leave, like, I don't have to close the log for it to work. Although I don't know if there's going to be any bugs associated with that. If I like, so let's say
The
I run a
helper app,
dungeon.
the helper app does live logging. So if you have the helper app, it'll do live logging and it'll let you upload the logs from the app.
Is
So you don't have
anyone,
to.
do you have that like out in the wild, or
No,
is it
it's not
only?
published. No, it's not published yet because there's some things I'm working on, but that's the intent of that is to live log as you go through your keys.
Well, folks,
So
you can upload yours right here, add it to the leaderboard, right? We'd love to see some data to help Lythian build this better and stronger. In fact, Lythian, where's the
it's on
TDV
the
help file?
that the article I made.
Yeah, yeah.
It's on the podcast website because it's a guide.
Oh, the around the mage table.
Yeah,
Oh
I just made it as a guide so people can find it and look at it go down.
man, remember when I poured my heart and soul in these? And
Yeah, I know.
Actually, those are really
Scrap.
cool. I was really impressed by the gifts and stuff you had in there.
thanks, Scrap. Appreciate it.
Are you gonna do more for the next season?
The GIF? You say GIF? Is that what you
GIF.
said?
Gifts.
GIF. Okay.
Probably
alright.
not.
Gifs.
Okay, score is calculated. So damage, DPS over the run, compared against same roll, similar keys, which is good.
Yeah,
Healing.
I'm trying to balance it out.
Healing per unit of group damage taken. Oh,
Yeah, I had to change this like 6 times because I didn't like the way it was weighting and how it was working. And because the healers HPS is dependent on how much damage people take,
Yeah,
right? So it's so hard to balance it out. So there's a calculation in there.
Well, I was
for
gonna say,
that.
so like, does this hurt those who have blood DKs or like high absorb type tanks?
No, that's just for healers.
Okay. And then it just compares it against
There's
league healers because they
yeah,
because
there's
yeah.
percentage weights down below with the rolls. So each roll has a different weighting. No, you went too
Oh
far
no, I
down.
was just
But
trying to see.
anyway,
Yeah. All right. Utility interrupts and dispels per minute. I was gonna ask this: is this just if they use the interrupt, or it has to be successful?
oh, per minute. I need to take that out. That's weird.
Strike it off the record.
If they successfully interrupt, yes.
Okay.
So that's how it's logged.
What about stuns?
Stuns?
Stops.
I'm trying to figure out if
How to
I'm
handle it.
collecting all of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're hard because sometimes like AoE stun multiple things
Yeah.
all at once.
And it's an
so-
environmental thing, so it doesn't track it successfully on the logs, which is why you don't
Right,
see
Yeah,
them.
okay.
It's a learning process.
What
for
I would
me.
say though, Lyth, is that there needs to be an emphasis on important interrupts too.
No, all interrupts are important.
No,
Yeah,
that, if anything,
well-
that is like less true this season.
But you also can't tell if an interrupt's important just by the cast. You could be kicking something in, and that would be really important, and it's just a shadow.
You
bolt.
still get the interrupt. I'm not saying to take out interrupts altogether. I'm just saying like a multiplier for important interrupts. 'Cause
It's
that was
like
a big point,
right now I'm capturing damage on Skull because we have like this running thing with our group where
Yes,
Scrap
yes,
does
yes,
0
yes.
damage to the Skull target.
Skull
like-
means poison. I don't touch it.
but I am tracking it in logs. Like I figured out how to do that just so that I can show like who's doing
Yes, please.
what they're
Please
supposed to do.
All right, survival. Deaths, it's absolute, not relative. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
100 minus for, oh, you get 100 points, but minus 25 for every death.
You get 100 points. So it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Okay.
Not very complicated.
Compared against nobody, dying's just bad. Good call.
Yeah.
And then
That's
roll
right.
weights. So for DPS, it's 6% damage, 5% healing, then utility and survival, 55 healing for healers, 10% damage, and then utility and survival. And then tanks is a little bit of, well, I'm surprised healing's a little low in there, but okay, makes sense.
Yeah, he's trying to get his DK all the way up there.
Don't worry. I'm already
Healing
beating
up.
him. I don't need the help. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Knock
I like
down,
that
knock
utility
down
is
the
gated.
1% Lyth. I won't mind.
I like the utility rated higher for tanks.
Yeah,
I
I
wish
agree.
that our tank
Yeah.
did that.
Oh. Oh.
Scrap now has gotten
Okay.
to the point where anytime Lythian uses a ring of peace, she just goes, "Whoa, a ring of peace! What?"
I swear to God, that dude does not
I
use ring of
use
pieces off
I
his
use Ring of Peace all the time for
Well,
so many reasons. It's such a nice thing to have.
I will call out to our viewers again. This is a good opportunity to tell us in the comments where you feel like maybe some things Lythian could consider within the TDV. There are some things, obviously, we talked about in our previous TDV episode, like, for example, the important interrupts versus just regular interrupts. But again, Lythian, I'm always impressed with how much effort you're putting into all the cool tools you're building for our websites. And I look forward to, season 2, I think, is going to be the official launch of this. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on it. I mean, it's kind of slow right now, so I can do some things. But the rest of this guide has some extra information if you're interested. So
Yeah. I'm not gonna drill down into, but yeah.
no,
And again, this is on
It's
our
just-
Around the Mage Table site, which you can find under guides. Speaking of getting ready for this to launch and being ready for it to launch, this week on the Bench podcast, they told us about carried.io, which
yeah, it's a good site.
completely crashed under the weight of all that attention.
Yeah.
I literally been trying all week to get my tune scanned up, and it finally worked. I meant to actually get Scrap Claw in here. Let's see if we can get it done real quick. True C. Right, there we go.
But is it just show you how badly you've been carried?
Yeah, it's like
No,
are you carried or not kind of thing.
What's
Yeah.
awareness? Mine's probably so low. Not get hit by circles or something.
Probably, I don't-
They explained it somewhere, but it was like use of CCs, I believe. I don't know. Where is it? Oh no, they only have it under. Where
Based
do they
on
have
10 runs. Do you have to
the-
submit runs or?
No, it pulls from
And I
Okay.
was looking at this, and if you look at the leaderboard, there's like people with over 100 kicks, and like I don't know, there's some weird.
Is there a low leaderboard? Like who's the worst?
No, I don't think so.
I like their icons, the sloth, like from
Like-
the game.
Yeah.
If you go look at that top
Daisy.
guy and look at how many
Yeah.
kicks he had.
How do you get
one-
100 interrupts?
No, you got 100 points for interrupts.
Oh,
but if you
okay.
go into one of the keys and you look how many kicks that guy has.
He got
man.
14 out of 11. They gave me the system.
No. There's another key where
Well, he's got 14 out of 11 kicks. Like, how's that
So
possible?
awareness seems to be avoidable damage.
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
think that's what it is. But
14 out of 11
Why
is
are we
not that
checking
high.
mine? Let's check Haywire's.
14 out of 11 is not that
no,
high. On
go
Skybridge
to the
especially.
next. There's one of those keys. Somebody had like over 100 kicks. It might have been the Paladin.
Well, he's doing 10s.
there's-
He be
Yeah.
randomly kicking a
Yeah,
lot.
here you go.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, the reason why is I think things like blinding light count as kicks on the system now.
Okay.
Not in, well, maybe in
Yeah.
Warcraft logs.
it's kind of wild.
I bet it is that.
And they don't take into account the level of key and stuff, which kind of is hard for me.
Wait, there's not even a pally
Yeah,
in this run. What the fuck?
Dude, he's
no,
hacking.
warrior.
Oh, he's a warrior.
warrior.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Bro is
Uh,
hacking.
Go to
He's a-
interrupt.
Oh, he's
Say if you're
yeah. Sorry, go on.
Carried or not?
He
Because
cast Shockwave
Thunderclap
23
interrupts
times.
like a lot of things.
That's
No, Thunderclap
that-
doesn't, right? Doesn't it
Oh,
just
sorry,
AoE?
Shockwave.
Yeah, Shockwave does.
I
yeah.
mixed this. It was Thunder or Shock. I
Guys.
don't remember what they're called.
Thundershock.
Under me, there was a key we depleted, and I took 0 avoidable damage in it though.
That's
So
great, man.
it wasn't my fault.
It wasn't your fault. It was the rest of the team, though.
There I am.
All right,
Well,
Scrap's
Well,
not
That's a
getting
much
too
worse than
carried.
yours.
No. Panala's
Ooh.
doing the best right now, I think. Right, Panala?
66. I don't know.
Why is my survival so low?
Oh,
Why?
Gee, I wonder.
Yeah.
Why?
Because Frank keeps letting me
Oh,
fucking
damn.
die.
Way to go, Panala.
Pull up Haywire. I want to see him because that dude.
I can't
is
type
getting
his
hit
dumb
by
name.
balls.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
he's got weird.
Wait, click on a log that
Maybe-
he's
maybe-
in with Haywire. Or copy paste.
Oh,
Oh, there
here
he
we
is.
go,
There he
here we
is.
go,
Right
here we
there, Proudmore. Did you
Let's
hear
see.
my dog losing her fucking mind?
No,
No,
I mean,
I
maybe,
don't.
maybe a
Okay.
little
Oh my
like.
god, it's so loud. Sorry.
Sorry,
I
so yeah,
like-
Scrap,
I
you're
like
dying all the
it.
time. By the way, Scrap, can we be clear? Please stop blaming
What?
the deaths on me. You're clearly standing in shit
Well,
way too long.
I'm just saying, there's, it's not just me, right? Like it's a
Oh.
2-person thing.
Well, we'll see. If Haywire has a lot of deaths, then maybe you have something, but you know.
It's you. It's you being a caster and trying to greed casts. And
Well, I
spamming
can't.
and stuff.
If I don't do damage, I get called
When
out for
I-
not doing damage. If I'm getting kicked. Oh, he's just ahead of me. That fucker.
He's in the purple.
When
at
I
least.
hear Scrap say, "Will this
69.
kill me?"
Yeah. No, more often I say, "Oh, I hope this doesn't kill me."
Well,
Hey, why was 0 out of 1? What the fuck, dude?
Bro, Hayward is
yeah,
not.
Can we?
that was
No.
that was
Can we?
that was a depleted that was a depleted 18 that
Yes, we
we
didn't
depleted
start.
off the first pull.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 minutes. Sorry. Okay. Well, I'm
So
surprised it actually
yeah,
pulled in. Okay. Well, whatever.
yeah, you could forgive him on that one because I
Yeah.
looked.
Well, Scrap, you are currently the lowest score of the 4 of
Womp
us.
womp.
So we
I
will.
was 74, I think.
Are you? There you go. Let's see. Io
Yeah.
Sky. Did we talk about how
Eos-
you were mentioned on the bench a couple times, Ioski?
Yeah, I had submitted some questions to their Q&A, and I think the one question they had on there was someone said something. Who would they have to blow to get Blizzard to change, revert the add-ons or something? So I figured as long as I asked like real questions, I'd probably get featured, and I asked two. So
Yeah, they came back to you
Nice.
twice. All right, well, Scrap, you've got some work to do, okay?
Well, I'm gonna start doing tens and shit. That's how you
CC
bump it
King
up.
right
Yeah,
there.
this is actually a good point, Scrap. I feel like it's punishing those who are pushing higher keys.
Yeah, we have 3 depleted keys on our log.
CC King,
Dude, everyone has CC King. It's ridiculous.
whatever.
It is a cool website. It's just
Yeah.
got
No,
a
I love
little-
it. It's cute.
It's got some.
I want to see
But-
somebody who's carried. Like, I want to see somebody who's got like a 20 or less.
Put Stoop Dude in there.
Oh,
Stoop Dude.
Jesus.
I don't think Stoop Dude would be that low.
It might take a
Nah,
second
he,
to pull him,
he
but
won. He
Also,
won
he might
buttons.
not have many logged runs.
He won buttons pretty hard.
oh god, see, this is what I'm talking about.
Damn, he already blocked us.
It
Yeah.
uses the Warcraft
Well,
logs API, and there's
Maybe one
drop.
day.
I like that it gives you a badge that says carried.
Kick
Yeah.
Warlord.
Okay, what's kick warlord? Oh,
Because
he's
you
good
get
at kick.
95 kicks.
I
That's
need
cool.
I need to be more imaginative on some of
Wait,
our
no,
stuff.
you know who I bet will get carried is get Musham's Warlock because he doesn't do. He's
Oh,
like
God.
really under geared. Do you know what
Good
it's
luck
called?
typing that name.
Oh, he's got like a
It's
weird.
got-
Oh my
yes,
god,
it's
they're
like
all
one, I think.
there's like 20 warlocks called Dope Me Up.
Dot him up.
Oh, dot 'em
Yeah,
up.
it's supposed to be dot 'em up, but it's got that stupid umlaut. In
The
there, so
umlaut
I
makes
give
me think
him a
it's
hard
like
time.
dope, like dope.
Yeah, it's do.
Dote 'em up.
Oh,
Oh, dude, it didn't even give him a carried. This is fucked. This actually doesn't work. Like that guy
Well,
was.
that
fucking
was the
carried
point
like
that
a
they were
handbag.
making on the bench. Was like this really doesn't serve a true purpose other than a party trick or whatever.
I think
And
50
I think that's
might be
fair.
0. Like, you know.
should
50
I
might
add?
be
I
zero.
could add. Like I could add the item level, the IO, and the picture and all that. I don't know. That's a lot of work.
Look, man, you've got a good thing going. Whatever you add to it's only going to make it nicer. So I'm for it. But I agree. This is definitely a carry tune. Who, by the way, I mean, like every time we do keys with him, and we've only been doing 12s or whatever, but he's like doing DPS of the tank. So it's
Or
like-
less.
He's just now.
Or
He's
less.
just now getting over the tank. He's depending on who the tank is.
But he's really under geared, but like he is the definition,
Well,
the definitive
no,
carry. Like you're carrying him to get him gear in.
he
and vault.
shouldn't be under geared at this point because he has all his rolls. Like I don't know
Yeah,
what he's
but I
spending his
thought the rolls
on.
don't work, Lithian.
No, I said
No?
I don't like the roll system. The roll system will get you item level fast though.
Mm.
It's kind of I don't know what he's wasting his rolls on.
all right, well,
Like he was like
a
260.
fun website needs to. They
I like it.
They obviously are struggling under the weight of people finding them, but that's cool and good for them.
Let's do some 10s and get our scores up, Frank.
Okay, that's what happened with WoW Up. WoW Up, I was like, oh, I gotta pad some serious.
WoW Up was fun. I totally forgot about it until we mentioned it the other day,
I
but
wonder
that
if
was like a
it's-
moment.
Let's see if WoW Up still.
Is it still around? I'm sure it is. They had a following.
Dude, everybody was talking about it when it was.
No, not
No, it's
everyone.
still-
What are you talking about? No, they
Everybody
weren't.
I knew.
The last
still-
uploaded.
people-
Oh, this is actually okay. So people are still uploading.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh yeah. The dates are weird.
yeah, they're European.
They're European.
Done it since
So they're still
April.
they're still kicking, and they've got something with Warcraft logs because wait, hold on, what? No, oh
Aren't you guys
no,
still in the Discord?
no, they're not. No, I left it. I said forget it.
Yeah, I did too.
Our scores are way out because, like, you know, prior to the Sacred Flame and all that stuff is still here.
Yeah,
So
it's old. This
yeah.
old logs.
you need to like manually, because I remember they got in a fight with Warcraft Logs API, and wanted like Warcraft Logs shut them down.
Yeah,
So,
there's a reason why I'm making my own.
but other people are
parser.
still uploading. They're still scoring. So, no.
It's good data. It's good data.
Jamatos. What happened to that key?
To what? Jamato?
You know,
Jamatos.
Go ahead, Jamatos.
He's got an asterisk because remember we
He had
he
2
died,
deaths. Poor Jamatos.
He had one immediately. Right up, killed at
Bro,
0.
that happens.
He probably did my Sarah scrap tech where she just hits something Lyth isn't hitting and just gets immediately meleeed.
Yeah, that
it's so
hurts.
hard, man. It's so hard.
All right.
Oof.
Well, hopefully next season she doesn't have that problem as a healer. All right.
Oh god, if I have that problem
Other
here,
news.
you're gonna hear about it.
I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Ellesmere's UI, which, I mean, all the power to him because he's been really working hard on it, it's clear. But it appears he has finally cracked the code on how to get spell effects, targeted spells to show up on the UI. So you can hear like Arcane Salve or whatever that is, Arcane Blast that the Arcane Mage is doing here. And you can see the beam right here. You can see, well, I guess polymorph. Yeah, those were polymorphs that we're about to cast. So it seems like the UI is or the add-on developers are continuing to crack the code and break all the UI problems that we had before. This is actually one of those things that I kind of wish I did have in the base game, and it has tempted me to download Ellesmere UI.
Yeah.
You can what's really cool about his thing is you can download the elements as just like you could just download the raid frames. You don't even need to get everything else
See
in the
that
package
I
if you
like
didn't want
that
to.
because I hate when the UI doesn't look like Blizzard UI.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like the add-on-y look.
I-
But if there's stuff I need, then
I'm tempted, but I also am just so gun shy because there's been a ton of add-ons that people have been like, oh yeah, I'm using this, and then Blizzard makes a change, and then a bunch of
breaks.
features don't work or it breaks, and it's stuff that they can't get back. And I just don't want to rely on something that I don't know is going to work consistently, at least
Yeah.
for now, at least, because we don't know what the long-term plans are.
If it was anyone else, I'd say, yeah, I totally get it. Ellesmere's been like, dude, he went like the level of engagement as Quasi did, but like then some and more. And again, you can tell he's so proud of it that he is like driven by the hunger of continuing to be proud of it and make it the best it possibly can be, which is insane. I mean, everyone else would be like pessimistic and angry. He's just like, no, I want to crack this code and I want to make the best possible UI.
Does he charge for it? Is it free?
It's free, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, then what's the harm?
He said recently is like it's always going to be free. He just he did like a subathon recently to kind of recoup loss because I guess he was saying it's been like 18-hour days and he hasn't been streaming. So
It's hard, man, when you got bugs and stuff.
I
You gotta
do
fix
think
that.
he does have like people he works with. I don't know if he pays those people at all or if it's like a collective kind of effort thing. But
That's
a lot
cool.
of the work is also probably him too. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
Or
some
do you
help.
think it's free because he copy pasted some stuff? Like the
At
other guy
this
did?
point, that's not the case.
Who cares?
He has anything he's done. I think he's gotten like the proper permission to do or
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean,
Yeah.
if he's even if he is copying and pasting whatever, he's not selling it, so who cares?
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's given the proper credit to people.
Well, and even
Other
then, like
add-on
he's now cracked the spell target thing, which I don't think anyone has successfully with 100%
I don't under
accuracy.
what is the spell target thing?
The thing I was talking
Like-
about, where you can so like, okay, watch. It's hard because it's a little blurry. Let me see if I can.
Well,
improve it.
I
there
didn't
was
look
an
at it.
add-on that did it
So-
early on, but Blizzard put the kibosh on that.
Well, I also think
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
100% accurate either. So like there was
Oh, it wasn't.
inconsistency. Yeah.
Oh, so you know when somebody's targeted
So
with a
right
bad
now,
thing.
Arcane Bolt is being cast by these two Arcane Magisters, and
Yeah.
it looks like this might just be the Dispel in the tank, but like watch, as soon as they're interrupted, you'll see it kicks them out, and then you'll see Polymorph come up behind it. So just give it a second. So there's the ray from the which again I think is a debuff, but you could see the Polymorph was about to be cast on these two guys right here, so you could tell if they're going to be polymorphed.
It's really good for a healer to know if
oh, I
someone's
know.
about to get a bolt.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
the
great.
one add-on that I'm sitting here going like, oh shit, I might need this, especially as we
Yeah.
push into the 19s and 20s and whatever. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought there was one out there that did that already. But
I wasn't super going to jump into his raid frames because as far as I could tell before, it was just a situation where it's the same information you're getting now. You can't really add it. You can just kind of put it where you want. But this is actually the first real like feature I've seen that kind of puts this above some of the other options that are out there for people.
Yeah, because in game right now, it'll tell you who's targeted on the cast bar. So I
Mhm.
wonder if he just figured out a way to like connect the
Put
dots
that
between the
information
two,
there, yeah.
right? Which is surprising because you would think by now, if it was that quote unquote easy, someone else would have been again 100% accurate with it.
Yeah.
And again, maybe there has been an add-on that people just haven't been talking about because it's only important to healers, maybe. But again, Scrap, like how many times we've talked about you using your darkness, and I could say
Right.
like, I'm not processing that information, especially with the nameplates flying all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
This
No,
would make
I
it significantly easier.
even as a DPS, I'm having trouble seeing what needs kicked and
Yeah.
stuff because the bars are all over the fucking place.
Yeah. This is the first time I've said, okay, I want this add-on.
Yeah.
Otherwise I've not been worrying about it. Although, like I think it was last week or maybe the week before, we talked about the new MDT GPS add-on. And obviously I was like fun and having fun with it the first night. But the truth is, like, after that, I was like, I don't really need this. Why do I have it? And now I'm gonna uninstall
Yeah,
it.
it's a little extra bell and whistle, right? Like it's not actually improving
Well,
the
it's
information.
like I memorized the routes so
Yeah.
much, like because we
Yeah,
do
you
the
don't need
queue
it.
so
It's good
much.
for
I don't look
starting.
at
I
it.
season.
think next
but
season, yeah, like when we start, we'll use it for a couple runs. We'll build our route.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, I'll disable it, but I'll keep it installed in case later in the season I'm like, hey guys, enable it because we need to look at this together and be ready together, kind of thing.
It's fun to build a route in MDT and then go try the route and then realize why it's a bad route,
Yeah.
because of the
Like, oh,
pools.
that's why they don't pull these two
Yeah.
things together.
Oh,
Because when you're looking at the
that's
map,
why.
you're like, why don't people? This is like the most efficient use. Like, we pull this 3 when you can pull that 3, and it's like 10 extra %. And then you do it, and you're like, oh, okay, because it kills you
Yeah,
instantly when you pull
it's
those things
Uh,
together.
that
the
a
higher the
woo
key.
that a woo video I posted the other day, he does a really good job. And I don't even say like
I like
watch
that
it
guy.
to see the routes because that's not what I think you should take away from the video. Just taking away what he's saying about the thought process behind why someone might pull a pack in a 19, why maybe you might want to split it in a lower key, like just stuff like
Yep.
that. I think he just gives a really good mindset into what you should be thinking about when you're kind of making a route for whatever key level you're doing. So I
Yeah,
think
Yeah.
it is
Go ahead.
actually even for us because like he talks about some of these pulls and it's like, oh, you cannot do this on a 19 or a 20.
Yep.
But like we'll be doing them in an 18. I'm like, well, they're not that bad. And I can only now imagine what like the 20s look like if we don't start thinking of our routes a
jump.
little more carefully. So
Yeah. No,
the
go ahead,
I was to say, I feel like, well, I mean, it's pretty much makes sense that the higher you go, the more there's maybe an element of kind of outside preparation that kind of goes into it. You can't just kind of play and just go with the flow.
but I live for that stuff. So that's why I wanted to tank.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Mhm.
It's fun. I like it. And like this guy is one of the few streamers I used to watch religiously because I think he's in Thailand and he was on in the morning. So I had time to watch him, but I haven't done it lately.
Yeah. No, I think that's like we always talk about how there's a shortage of tanks, and someone even in our comments last week because I told that story about the tank that was talking about. You remember he made that pull Magister's Terrace, and I was like, you can't do that on this kind of key level, and then he just was frazzled from that point forward.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Someone
No,
joked
that's
that
right.
like, oh yeah, well done, Frank. Now he's gonna go back and play DPS, and we don't have enough tanks. And I think the reason why tanks just you don't see that many tanks is because they're just people who don't find this stuff interesting, right?
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I love
Yeah,
it.
I agree. I'm like I like the planning. I like the thought process of okay, can we make this work? And Scrap, you said it earlier. I don't know if we were recording, but you said like slamming our heads into the Skyreach 16 for MDI was fun, and that
Yeah.
was like that's like the chess play that I enjoy about. So that's why I wanted to tank, and I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to Awu's videos, but also now has been doing a lot of short form TikToks and whatnot.
I like that
With
guy
really
too.
good
We
information.
are in a spoiled age of educational WoW content.
Yeah.
And maybe it just
All
didn't
time.
exist a few years ago because it wasn't the play wasn't quite at or didn't quite require to be at that level, or you maybe didn't need to be this in tune with things to be like good to move up. So maybe it just wasn't required then, but now I feel like if you want to learn something about trying to get better at Mythic Plus, there's so many great resources.
Yeah.
Bro, if you wanna build a house, watch a YouTube video. Even if you're a girl,
Right.
you could build a house. No
I might need
problem.
that for rebuilding the fence because Darren wants to rebuild it himself. So we'll see.
I had a friend
Watch
who
a
lost
YouTube
his
video.
fence in one of the hurricanes in South Carolina, and he and his neighbor did it, and they watched YouTube, and they said it was
Well,
it was
Darren,
like
it was like
gruesome, but it was easy.
Darren's like built fences before apparently, and I was like, oh, okay, have
He has
at
a
it.
history
Like,
you don't know about.
yeah.
Where he built
No.
fences.
He's like, I just need some chicken wire and this fence is cooked.
Little
Yeah,
fences,
yeah,
fine.
yep.
All right, well,
We'll see.
we got 12.0.7 coming out on Tuesday. I was gonna say,
I'm gonna be
actually,
gone.
I'll jump into one of our questions real quick from it. And it was, where is it? Right here. Are you excited about? So this is from Teddy Essen. Teddy Essen. Are you excited for?
Taliesin? Teddy
No,
Essen?
no, not Taliesin. Are you excited? Maybe it's his alter ego. Are you excited
Yeah.
for Mythic Flex? Is this Blizz testing the waters for Flex, or is delaying this until the 0.07 patch just going to have a low turnout for Blizz? So Blizz can say, "See, we gave it to you and no one played it. What is your solution to the harsh restraint of 20-man Mythic and the inevitable roster boss winning?" So we are currently, we talked about doing this Mythic raid, and I put up the signups for raid on Tuesday, and we only have 7 people signed up.
That's
Well,
not
I
enough.
can't go because vacation. Wait, but it's flex. We can do it with 7 people, right?
Nope, 15 to 25.
15 to
Oh,
25.
okay.
Now I'm
They
not
gotta
counting me
flex
and
it
Lythian. Me and
more.
Lythian are in there, so it's 9 actually. But
Yeah, they gotta make it more flex for people who only have 9 people who want to raid.
So this is where I get really, because I figured our group of people would probably all rally and say, yeah, we'll give it a try, kind of thing. But it's clear that is not the case, or maybe people just didn't think they had to sign up and they're gonna do what they always do.
I genuinely didn't know you posted a sign up, so I don't know why.
Wow.
Did you add everyone?
I did.
Yes.
The fuck?
Yeah. But yeah, so I think the roster boss is going to be the problem here, and I don't believe that Blizzard's going to use this as like a "see, we told you so" kind of thing. I think they're just wanting to see how the flex system works.
Yeah, how it's
general.
balanced.
I mean, you do it on an 07 when it's
The
already
least-
late into the season. Yeah,
Yeah, the
it's
least amount of
at
people
least
can be mad at
harmful.
you.
I mean,
Yeah.
who would
it
be mad
can,
though? Like people are excited about the feature. Why would you be mad about it?
I can be mad about anything.
can be catch up
These-
too for ults and stuff.
Yeah.
These players are mad about everything, man. They can get mad. They can get upset about anything.
Now lately,
Frank-
I've been really impressed by that with how slow everything's been. You think people would be just
I like
chomping
it.
at the bit for some controversy, and everyone's just being chill and shit.
Right. Yeah, being chill. It's good.
I don't
I don't know
know.
about that.
People are still
Frank-
tweeting about the addons and shit.
Is
Like,
there-
JB
Why- but
JW
the-
is like still like,
Dude,
you
There's like
fucking
every
idiots.
add-on you possibly want right now. Like, what
I'm
the
glad
fuck?
you brought that up. Because I do need to say he had a tweet recently that said something along the lines of, "Oh, the people who said the top players will get exposed now that
Yeah, yeah.
add-ons aren't here are real quiet right now." And in my head, I'm like, so obviously the top players would still be good regardless of add-ons or not. There's no question. But to say that when people are literally downloaded a Chinese thing that they had to patch, like
Yeah.
Temu bigwigs to run Mythic
Actually
Plus
really
keys.
good.
Yeah.
Like,
Point me to the top end guy who's not using add-ons. I would love to see that.
Yeah, and on
person.
top of that, it's just like there's now a point. They talked about this on the bench. There's now a point where guilds are hitting Mythic Lura, and they are 300 pulls in, and they haven't even really exited phase 1 yet. And like it's a hard boss, and it's not like an add-on thing. People are actually hitting the wall with add-ons, and it's just like clearly there is a different problem than just the fact that you don't have an alert telling you a glaive's coming, because I don't even think that would have existed within the old world, right? You wouldn't know that a glaive
Yeah.
is within 10 yards of you or whatever.
You would know a glaive is literally about to hit you.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you would just know it's happening.
It's like more about spell density and effects, and like, making sure things are clear about, for example, the glaive is about to go through Lura and you can't see it on the opposite side. But like there are people who are going into what could potentially be 700, 800, 900 pulls on a mythic end boss who are skill gapped, and the argument might be that it's because they're missing out on some sort of technology that would have made it easier for them to survive these things,
Mhm.
So I don't know. I think it again. JB has some really, he has good takes, but he has some really bad takes sometimes. It's just like, dude, you're saying there's like, where are these people? Yet add-ons are also argued to be the same exact. They're just more annoying to find now.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that meme where it's like, oh, stop telling everyone I'm dead. It's like with the add-ons, it's like there's so like all the add-ons, they're still here. Like there's just
Yeah.
they're just more annoying to access now.
Yeah, for the most
And
part.
you
Yeah.
can get anything you want.
All right. Well,
I think
go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say Mythic Flex. I think it's a cool feature, but I don't really know how I feel about it. I'm not sure I'm gonna jump into this. This could not have. I thought a lot more people were gonna be into this, but I feel like it's just come at just kind of a really lull in the game where not everyone is excited to jump back in for it.
Well,
Well,
I don't
okay.
even know if our guild's gonna get into it because if you're like, if nobody wants to do it next week and then you're gone for the next 2 weeks after that, Frank, it's like, well, when are we even gonna see this raid boss?
I'm
Like,
gonna have
is
my
Lythian gonna
laptop,
lead?
so I would be able to still do raid.
Okay.
However, whether I'll be comfortable sitting in a kitchen chair for 3 hours, I don't know. We'll see.
Getting 7 feet
yelling
tall.
at everybody.
Yeah, and ruining everyone else's night in the house. But I like, again, whatever. It's not a big deal if we don't. This is not a huge lore dump. It's not. It's just a boss, right?
Yeah, it's like a Chimera part 2. It's like here's you know how there was a guy. There's another guy that you gotta kill.
Yeah, it's clearly leftover assets from what was supposed to be the Harinar raid from the War Within. But
I mean, look at that mushroom in the background. That's straight up from like old Zangarmarsh. Like, what the fuck? Look
well,
at that.
in fairness, that's not the raid zone. That's just the.
Oh,
mount.
you're right. Actually, now I'm looking at. I think that is Zangarmarsh. Like, I'm looking at it.
But to scrap to your point, like there's a lull in the game. So we talked about this many times about how the 1% might keep the M+ thing alive. It is helping to a degree. However, it is only, I think, widening the gap between the European and the North American.
We're about to have 3 weeks off. I think our push is dead. I think it's done.
Well, yeah, we are, but not the game.
Yeah.
Like, we're
not the game. No, I'm talking
no.
about like we pushed a little this week, and I don't think we successfully pushed any keys up. We pushed some down. But
yeah, but scrap. That's because, again, like the old problems that we have as an E team are cropping up where.
Right.
I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but yeah,
we're
like,
regressing.
we're not playing at our best at all times.
So are we gonna call this season a wash?
Case in point, when we did Algathar 18, and we very clearly were trying to convince Panalo to do a pool that he didn't feel comfortable doing, and you were one of those people that was egging him on to say, do it.
Yeah.
And his condition, even though he didn't do it fully, but his condition was, well, if you kill Skull, I'll make another pool. Yeah. And what did you proceed to do, Scrap? Tell everyone.
Well, I did kill Skull somewhat, but then I lost track of it.
You killed Skull in the same way that I killed Skull, Scrap.
I lost track of it.
Skull died. I did damage to Skull. You're acting like I didn't do damage to Skull.
The whole marker system is so you don't lose track of it.
Yeah.
In that Awu video I mentioned, he does talk a lot about getting certain mobs down to a certain percentage before going into the next pack, or killing one specific dangerous mob and going to the next pack. So that's definitely something we might want to get in the lab and work on if we're gonna do a deep run next season.
Frank, I thought you were gonna mention the part where Lythian was bitching and whining. He didn't want to pull them both, and then he got disoriented, and then we pulled them both, and we were still fine.
I made a promise to Lythian that if he beat some DKs in a push key last night, I'd be nice to him tonight.
So you're only gonna be mean to me then.
I want to bring up the fact that in that 18 Algathar, not only did he get disoriented, but he didn't use his fortifying brew on the pull.
But you wouldn't mention that.
But I wouldn't do that in a case where I'm trying to be nice to him.
What happened was, I pulled the first 2 and I was coming around to get closer to that 3rd pack so I could pull it in. Haywire says it wasn't him.
It was me.
It was Frank. But arrows were flying over, and I had
Frank, the perfect angel who never does anything wrong, and he's you pulled it.
Oh no, I pull for Lythian all the time.
Well, yeah, I know. But I got flustered right away.
Yeah,
and
I don't blame you. That was chaotic.
So I freaked out.
Yeah.
And it was.
But anyway,
I was like, God damn it, Haywire.
That wasn't even what tilted me the most. What tilted me the most was how many casts were getting off that were killing us, because we did a Seed of Triumph after that.
God.
And again, like, we know about the macro. We know that we're supposed to be calling, this is my target and I'm going to watch it. But we just like stopped doing it after the first pull. And in Seat, there is no really anything to interrupt, but maybe one thing.
Frank, so that's the Razor, because I do it in the whole dungeon.
I have a suggestion.
You want me to pull
What?
the logs? Sorry, I go on.
Pull them up. Pull them up.
That's okay. I think next season when we're doing push, like we're like, okay, this is our push date. We're gonna have a separate channel, so there's no distractions from the
Yes.
outside
did
looking
that.
at gallery
Yes.
either.
We
Yeah,
did
yeah.
that for a while.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go and pull the log for Scrap because she seems to be adamant that there wasn't an issue. But there was a seat we did Warcraft.
Oh boy, here we go. Why, Scrap?
And-
Why do you do this?
And it was a tough pull. It had I think 2 of those mobs that will I can't remember what they're called, but they cleave when they get their cast off. Here we go.
Wait, what you don't see the logs, Frank, is that all the times that I call, oh, I've got star, I'm gonna kick star, and then Haywire steals my kick.
I don't know what your expectations are around how we push keys.
Well,
But
how
I
many
don't think
times
we're
Haywire
gonna,
get hit by a ball?
I don't think we're gonna meet those
So-
expectations.
I'm gonna narrow this down to where people died. Right?
Right.
So we
Where I died.
had 4 people who could do four kicks at any given time. Okay.
Mhm.
And this guy right here, the Umbral Bolt, comes off of a mob that doesn't like this Umbral Bolt doesn't necessarily need to be interrupted. This Abyssal Enhancement is the cleave I'm talking about, needs to be
Yeah.
interrupted, right? And someone missed the other one. Haywire got one and the other person just didn't. Again, no one marked it. I don't know what you're talking about, Scrap, because you could say
How do you know no one
Haywire.
marked it?
You could say Haywire stole your marker
Haywire.
here, but then what's he
Haywire's
doing
not
also
here.
stopping this one, right?
Oh, I don't know.
And so what ended up happening in this death was we had a lot of AoE happening that was, unavoidable AoE. And then this Dire Voidbender got this cast off and started cleaving everyone in the raid or in the
Yeah.
group, and it killed us, right? One by
Maybe I
one.
wasn't even there. Who knows what could have
So
happened?
again, this is the stuff that will send me into orbit because it's like,
Yeah.
great, I've got 4 different interrupts, and in the course of what's this? We could say here's an 8-second window, right? Because that's 12 seconds, I think, is what everyone's right. So in a 12-second window, we should theoretically be able to have 8 total interrupts, and we have 3. Right? That's what's fucking us.
Right.
Scrap. So I don't want to hear from
Right.
you about
Right.
Well, who had the most interrupts in that dungeon?
overall.
Was that a
You
Oh,
did, Scrap.
me.
hold on.
21
Yeah, you know
interrupts.
why it's you? Because on that boss, you just farm interrupts.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I
you
still had-
farmed. No, she didn't even do that. She farmed Umbral Bolts, which again, bolt
What's
slop.
what's the thing I
9
kicked
of
the
them.
most?
9 of them.
Yeah, that's helpful. I was kicking stuff in, you know.
Wait,
She's
Dread
just farming
Screech.
interrupts.
Yeah.
Red
I think that's
Screech is
one
the boss.
on
That's
the-
the
on
Boss,
the
boss.
that's
the
what I
boss.
do.
Okay,
I
that's
do
what you
farm
are.
interrupts
Yeah,
on that
yeah,
because
yeah.
I can kick it every time.
Yeah,
Jesus.
she's like, I got it, guys. Don't worry
I'm
about
just
it.
saying I had the most interrupts. You can't be mad about that.
I can.
Who
I
had the
can.
least interrupts?
I don't
Was
know.
it Lythian?
Maybe. Could have
Because
been.
that's a problem.
Haywire.
No, that's fair. Lythian wasn't too far ahead though.
No,
Oh
because
Lord. Okay, well that's enough of our side from that.
Look, I had 21 interrupts.
Look,
The tank had
there's-
13.
In,
like
in the NFL,
9
you
of
could look
those were on
at
the boss.
a
Huh?
quarter. In the NFL, you could look at like a quarterback stats, and they could say they're like 25 or 35, 290
Yeah, yeah.
some yards and like a touchdown.
98
But they
rating.
could still have, if you actually like watch the tape, you could still be like, oh, they played like shit that game.
Yeah, they just
So,
keep
I
like
mean-
dumping it onto the sideline and having
Yeah,
1
like, I
yard
mean,
run or whatever.
You know, it's like there's definitely a thing where the stats don't always match what was actually happening in the key or on the field. So
That's why we need the
definitely-
TDV rating. Or it'll be the QB
Yeah.
rating of Scrapclaw in this.
I
Now,
just
Scrap-
think that
Completely lost Scrap.
when Frank hears me say, "Oh, I'm marking star. Oh, I'm getting star," it just goes in one ear and out the other. Like
Well, we got
I
the-
feel
we
like I'm the
got
only one who
the-
participates
Can the
in
log
that.
does the log show who is I think-
Next
Marking
week-
the most?
no, who
Next week
marks
we
it?
have the marker permanency.
Yes, that will be in place,
change or
Scrap, so
whatever.
you-
I don't know what the
What
right
is
word
it?
is.
So it's
change
if
your
you add a
macro.
tilde to the macro for the interrupt
Yeah,
marking, it'll
Okay.
make sure that people can't overwrite your marker.
Dude,
right.
Oh,
how
I
do
like
you-
that.
People just know what a tilde is. Like that.
Tilde?
it's my
That's my
push to
push to
talk.
talk button.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah,
push
me
to talk
too.
This
So,
is, oop, I misspelled tilde. I still got it.
It's with an E.
Oh, is it tilde?
I thought it was.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I just know what that means.
There
It's
it is right
crazy.
there. Oh, you can't see it on the
Tilde.
screen. Whatever. It's that right there.
I just call it the squiggly. Like, I don't know.
Tilde.
well, no, it's not the squiggly. It's the other one.
Squiggly or
Tilde. All right.
Squiggly or
Tilde.
tilde? Tell us in the comments. Team Squiggly or Team Tilde? tilde.
I just called it an enye because that's what you call it when there's an N under
yeah.
it. Well, that's what's with when it's an N with
Fair
a
enough,
with a
fair enough.
squiggly on it. It's called an enye.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, last thing before we get into our viewers' questions. Another Murloc.
How many colors do you have so far, Frank? Do you have all of them?
Six of them, I think.
Oh my god. I think I stopped at like 2. I was like, okay, that's enough.
At launch with 12.0.7. So I won't be streaming much for, well, I'll stream the night of patch launch probably because we'll do some fun keys that day. So if you want to watch twitch.tv.mdl or /MDL Frank. But then of course we won't have a lot of streaming because I will be out.
I'm not gonna
go on.
I'm not gonna criticize them putting stuff for free on the Twitch drops, but man, they really had that one design and they're just really milking it for
do you not
all
remember?
Yeah,
someone pulled the file and they had like 56 of them.
There were more. I think there was like 100.
Maybe, yeah.
If you think about it, a lot of the decor in the game is dyeable. You could have just done this yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's what they should do is that when you get your 4 hours, you get a random one. So I'd be like, oh, I got a purple one.
That would be great.
Oh, and
That
you'd be
actually
like,
is a
oh, I
great
have a
job.
green
Yeah,
one.
great
And then they have like one super fucking rare one. So I'm like ripping packs to like try to get the sparkle fuck one. I don't know. Like
that is
the
an
roadmap?
idea.
that's
That
$1
is-
million fucking
that's a $1
idea.
million
Holly
idea.
Longdale, hire me.
How's about this? If you watch a Twitch stream for 4 hours, they give you the housing roadmap.
Oh,
That's
speaking of
really
which,
good.
MDL sheet here. Let's quickly. Oh,
yeah, how's that going?
Well, we have an MDL sheet that is for will the roadmap be released? There we go. Before
Putting all my money on it.
12.0.7. No, you're not because you haven't even logged in.
I will when I log in.
Where is it? There we go. Here
You're
we go.
never gonna log in. You're never gonna log in.
I was gonna say, Lythian, you voted yes. So Lythian's about to give his money away.
Give me that money,
so
Lythian.
Scrap, you have a day or two more before this
What, to get
expires.
500 gold from Lythian?
No, you get the whole. You get a percentage of the pot, I guess.
okay.
So,
Yeah. So you'd split the 500 with us, all
Yeah.
of us, depending on how
if
much
somebody
we put in.
else votes yes, then yeah.
My best prediction is we're gonna get the housing roadmap at BlizzCon. That's
Fuck
what I'm
off with
thinking.
that.
If we get it at all.
Well,
At this point, yeah.
I think
they have to have something to announce.
12.1 has to have something that is coming with it for housing.
I sure
All right,
hope.
Or
pin that.
else,
Or else
Scrap,
what?
I will admit that housing might be in trouble.
You're gonna join the picket
Garrison
with
gang?
me?
God.
No,
Picket
I'm
line?
not worried about it. I still think housing's a great feature as it is. I'm just saying if there's
You're
nothing with
turning.
12.1, then
The
I
WoW
will
housing
admit
crash.
What
that
if
that something's
Yeah.
wrong. And
Frank,
and
what if they launched with 12.1 is another $150 pack?
That'd be great.
I don't care
would
about that
love it.
stuff. And actually, there's a question today about the economy. We'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, you want to jump into those questions?
Sure.
let's do it.
Let's talk about the economy because that's something I do not interact with.
Why
is
am I
the
paying
WoW
$50 for gas? Like, what the hell?
All right,
I charged
so
my car for $5.
I'm going to shout out the people like Teddy Essen and Camel and Absolute and others who put in questions. I'm going to forget to read their names later, so I'm just going to read them out as we go. All right. So we were asked about things like, rambling on experiences with professions and or economy stuff in general, especially since there have often widely been varying experiences even among casual players. That said, aside from the changing of blue tools, MBOE plus epic tools, there hasn't been much of a shakeup and improvement of the Dragonflight, the War Within professions. So I wanted to talk about this because I feel like professions go unsung for a lot of people because they don't realize how much money they can make off of it, especially now within the player housing stuff. So I don't know about, so who does professions? Let's start there. Who like actively engages with it?
I just do alchemy and herbalism. That's it.
I will typically do like level them after I've leveled up the character, but I won't really do it right away. So I'm usually not there when the opportunity to actually make a lot of gold is there. I'll usually do it when I'm finally like, all right, I should probably just get these done and just level them up.
Yeah.
I don't even have cooking.
And Lythian, you do alchemy and herbalism, but do you actively watch the work orders and stuff?
No, if I make something, I'll post it on the auction house, but I don't think there's work orders for alchemy. There's
There are.
housing ones probably.
No, there are work orders for like the patron ones where you can level up your.
Oh yeah, I do that.
Okay.
I do all those things because I need all the points.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like, and this is why I want to talk about this. I have like zeroed in on professions from day one. I've got my blacksmithing on my healer just because I know like weapons are a big thing for a lot of classes. That's usually a good money maker.
You made both my weapons.
Yep. I did enchanting and jewel crafting. One jewel crafting because the rings in the necks are usually, again, a sought after item late into the season. But also jewel crafting because gems are always profitable usually. And then enchanting because weapon enchants are always profitable. And then I've done alchemy and herbalism on all my other tunes just because of the increase to flasks and stuff. But what really has made a ton of money for me this season was all the housing stuff that I like tried to hunt down. So my alchemist has one of the rare recipes, and then on Frankenberry there are a whole bunch of enchanting ones from what's the there's like some world event where you go and you go to like the Blood Elves party and you try to befriend each of the four
the
different
Seraph
yeah
and like Soray or whatever.
the
I
Soray.
don't.
Yeah. Each one of those, the reps have a housing item attached to them. So I hunted those down quickly, and I thought scrap about it's $75 I think for the bundle that you're talking about. But I thought about that $75 bundle, and I genuinely feel like if I had really set my mind to knowing that that's something I would want to buy, and had played the auction house on a server that isn't shit like mine is, I'm making 20, 30, 40K per one of those items, and they cost nothing to make, that I could start quickly saving up to buy that stuff very quickly. And I just wonder why people don't take advantage of these professions. It's not like they're hard to play. So I wanted to get your opinion, Scrap. Like, why don't you do any of it? Even if it's
Not
just for
fun.
like the flask buff.
Not fun. Don't enjoy it.
Not fun. Don't enjoy it.
Feels tedious, and I'm playing a game, so I don't want to do it.
Yeah, but you're the type of person that loves the crafting and like you're okay with building a roller
What?
coaster that has 8 Gs on it, but you're not okay with just like
Frank, 8 Gs would kill a man. Don't be ridiculous. Like, that would not be a good roller coaster. That would have terrible stats. No, there's a creative aspect to that.
Okay.
There's no creative aspect to following a
But-
recipe book.
But no, but like okay, going back to herbalism as an example, and I'm sorry.
I like herbing and
Yeah, like that's the point.
pouring.
You like the hunting down the recipes part, or the resources part, which is probably the most boring part. But
I
then-
like doing it while I'm like
Leveling.
chilling and stuff, but eventually it becomes very like it doesn't become worth my time to do it.
I just don't I don't understand, because again, you're doing the least exciting part of it. And then when it comes to the fact that you'll have double the flask, which I know you care about because you're always talking about how you never have flasks, you can then easily, like, another reason why I love alchemy, and I'm sure Lythian might do this as well, is like the silver pots now in this expansion are pretty cheap. You can buy like a pot for like what, 20 gold, 30 gold or something, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
I know,
just
but the
buy it.
gold ones are like 500 a piece, and
Yeah.
they give you a pretty significant stat buff difference, right?
Yeah.
And so like that's why I made all my other tunes alchemy, because I just want to be able to market that. And it's just like you're missing out on not only player power effectively, but you're also missing out on a moneymaker.
It's boring. Don't like it.
All right, I'm shutting off your repairs. I'm not paying for this anymore.
I don't know what you want me to
like
say.
it.
Video game fun. This part not fun.
Video game fun.
Don't-
Go pick
don't
herbs,
engage.
but then don't do anything with them.
Well, I sell all the herbs. I enjoy like at the beginning of the expansion where it's like, you're flying around anyway, and I get to like enjoy just flying around. I have an excuse to fly around, right? I like that part.
Remember when you said you were gonna grab all the butterflies in that Harndar
I
zone or
grabbed an
whatever?
amount of butterflies.
Yeah, that's-
I got a lot of
That-
them.
that ended.
Got bored
really
of it.
fast. Yeah.
Over it.
Okay. Well, then I guess the follow-up question to that is, what would you do to make professions more fun and exciting for you?
I will say, I know this isn't maybe the best anecdote, but I really enjoyed doing profession, like when I play classic or even hardcore classic. I really like doing professions in that because it feels like it's hard to get to the next step. Like, for example, my main character is engineering, and I did the beginning of the War Within. What is this? No, Midnight Engineering. And the first 50 levels you get from taking apart like bolts of linen. Like it didn't feel like it was like, oh, you just get 50 levels by sitting there and taking apart bolts of levels. And you're already halfway there. Like I liked the progression of like old engineering.
Here's a question though.
What?
Like the first 50 levels of engineering in classic is just making the same like item
Copper
over and
bolt,
over
copper
again.
bolt,
So, like
copper
what's
bolt.
the difference?
It's totally not in classic. Like you have to grind out certain things, but you're always trying to get 5 more to get the next recipe, or like how can I save money? It's like, well, I need to like bump up this, and like you're actually using things you use as you're leveling.
All this
Yeah,
is
to be but
your
here's
first,
the thing.
literally scrap. Your first 50 levels are copper
But that-
bars and rough stone.
That's if you're doing it like efficiently or whatever. This is
Oh
what I
my
have on
God.
hand. Like I might not have
The
all
same
that.
can be said
stuff.
about how you're doing it now.
Yeah. But this is different. Well, this is
Yeah.
50 out of 360, right?
Sure,
Like,
but that's also
so
because you
that's
did
50 out of
60 levels,
100.
not 10 levels, scrap.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Is scroll down.
You want them to do 300 per expansion?
No, but I'm just saying that would be like the first 10 levels you make something that's the same. I'm fine with that, but I like it that it branches out. There's like different specialties of it that are like totally different. You have to go
There are
places,
different
do quests
specialties.
and
There are
stuff.
different specialties within them
But
now.
you have to like do quests, and like you can't have both specialties. It
Okay.
just felt more engaging.
Okay,
Like
so
it was
you want
more
quests,
difficult.
is what I hear.
I enjoyed the progression. Like I enjoyed that it was difficult, and it wasn't just like just churn this out so you can start making money right away.
But
Sort
scrap,
of thing.
that's the thing. Okay. I feel like there's a clear
I'm
disconnect.
not saying
between
that's what it should be. I'm just saying I enjoyed it
Do
when it
you
was more
think the
engaging.
first level, 50 levels of engineering, which by the way, engineering is probably the worst one to make money off of, but whatever. Do you think
Well,
the
I
first
never
50
made-
levels
Yeah,
are going to be where they're making their money?
but here's the thing. In classic, I didn't do professions to make money, right? Like I did professions to like aid my character. That's what I thought. Like I played leather worker because like, oh, I wear leather, like so I'm gonna make things for myself. And they were actually things I would use.
Well,
Like
you can do
Am
that
I
now.
losing my mind? Is she really
Yeah.
just explaining how professions work now? And she's just like, it was fine in classic, but it's not now.
Yeah.
But no, but I enjoyed it because it's like when I was leveling, I would actually use this stuff. When you're leveling in Midnight, you don't.
That's
do
not because of the
anything.
profession. That's because you're so geared to the teeth coming into the expansion.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
think-
It makes it. I don't need professions in that. Whereas like if you take engineering right away, you can make some sick goggles when you're level 19. You know, and then I look
I'll
cooler
say
than anybody else.
That
Like
is
with my
like
goggles.
one thing I
Oh,
think does
yes,
turn me off a little about professions in retail right now is that there's a lot of like blue items you make that are just like means to an end. Like they're kind of you just have them in your recipe book, you can make them, but they're just like there to level you up, and people are just going to craft the purple best version anyway. So it's just weird that there's so many that it feels like the stuff they put in for professions is mostly just there to be fluff. It's not like super like like let's say like it alchemy, for example, in classic, there might be a recipe you get early on that you use to level, but it also might be some consumable you can use for like the whole game,
Like
as
water
like
breathing or something.
something like that. Yeah, so like I just think there's like
Sure.
how they do them nowadays, some of it feels like a bit of fluff, but that's not necessarily a thing on the system as a whole, just like one small thing.
Well,
I kind of look at.
Well, that's the engineering is the one profession where that does happen, though, right? Because all those things are like little bombs that you can use as DPS.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, like don't get me wrong, a first character, because again, we're also geared up, it doesn't matter. But like every alt that I do, I'll level at the, because my leveling is do the delves, save the quests, then do dungeons until I hit 67, turn in all the delve quests, and then the last level, I just do my professions. And what's nice about those blues is that if you're leveling a toon that is, garbage, and you're wearing greens from leveling, I will make all the level 90 blues for that toon as part of my leveling. And then great, I hit 90, I ding, I've got something to start with. Now, granted, how that'll work in later seasons, I don't know. But like, it's been really helpful to have, like on my shaman, I did leatherworking to get mail and blah, blah, blah. But all those things are still there that she's talking about. It's just that because she's geared to the 9s coming into it, it's irrelevant.
It's just like I'm just saying. In classic, I found it engaging, and now I don't.
Scrap just wants. She needs a gameplay loop. That's
There's
the
also-
issue.
Yeah,
No, she just
really.
wants classic.
There
I
is
just like-
less in classic too. Like when you're leveling in classic, that's pretty much the game outside. You're doing the
Yeah.
quest,
true.
and then maybe you do a dungeon. So the engineering or whatever you're doing is just a fun little thing to do on the side. You're like,
Yeah.
I've been bored doing quests. I got to go back to org to hand this in. Oh, I'll undo my engineering while I'm here, kind of thing.
I love that, Io. That sounds like a really good time. That's the kind of shit I love. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go to the Hunter's Rise, cause like, or not the what the fuck, the Warriors Quarters. What the fuck is the top right area in Orgrimmar called? I don't remember. It's like, oh, my pet trainer's right there,
Valley
and
of
the
Honor or
engineering
whatever.
trainer, and the anvil. Like, it's like that's the place to be in
Can-
Orgrimmar.
What do you guys think about the profession equipment? Because that's like the one thing I really don't like is having to get that sorted to really make the good stuff.
I feel
I-
like well, one, I never learned it, but like the finesse and precision and blah blah blah, like I have no idea what that does. I know there's
One
a
thing that's
tooltip
really
that says
nice-
this is what they do,
No,
but
yeah,
like
no, they added it to the profession and now has its own section where it'll explain everything to you.
yeah, I saw that and I read that and I was like, I don't know which one is like the best for me to do. You know what I mean?
I
Like, I'm
haven't
looking at it.
paid for pots or flasks or any of that stuff other than I don't even pay for augment runes because you can get augment runes from professions. Another player power.
Boring. Don't like it.
Oh, fuck off. Okay.
Not fun.
Follow-up questions.
Boring.
Yeah, what were
also
the other
related to many-
questions in that?
Well, I think we've covered them for the most part. It's
Okay,
just like
okay.
how do we make it a little more fun?
Put fun things in it. Just put fun things. I remember like in Dragonflight, I was doing what the fuck do you call it?
I'm gonna get
Fucking
angry here in a second.
enchanting. And they had like transmog items that are like temporary shoulder enchants. that
Guess
I
what,
was like,
Scrap?
these
They
are
do still have them.
Oh. Well, engineering has like nothing fun in it anymore. There's nothing fun in engineering.
Sorry for everyone's
anymore.
ears if that blew up. I don't know how that sounded.
I,
Oh, I thought you were talking about dog whining
I
and
don't know
crying.
if there's a way they can make it more engaging for people that don't already engage with it, but as long as the people who are currently enjoying it are finding fun in it and are making gold, I think that's fine. Not everyone is going to love doing everything in the game, so
My aim
Yeah,
is
I'm
to
fine
pay
with
for the
that, too.
next
There's
Traders raid
obviously-
with all my only professions.
Well, there's obviously people who like professions. I mean, if I say, hey, I need to get like this thing crafted, who can do it? There's like 10 people who are online ready to like do it for me. You know what I mean? So it's like, obviously there's some people who enjoy it and like the money making capability
Yeah, that's
of
another
paying
thing,
for their
Scrap.
sub.
You just be sitting there and someone says, I need a axe, right? Great, you just made 15,000 gold.
Bro, if I'm just sitting there waiting for somebody to give me money, like that sounds
No,
so
I'm
boring.
not
It
saying
sounds
that.
like
I'm saying you're
torture.
like waiting between keys or whatever.
Yeah.
Imagine, Scrap.
Oh.
I
No.
know this would happen if you did this. You're transitioning from one raid to the other, right? And you see someone say in the trade, hey, need someone to craft X, we'll pay 15K. You're telling me as raid leader, I will be there in a minute. I know you will. Like, that's what you would do to get 15K gold. And you're
I
missing out
would,
on
but
that.
it just seems really hard, like to
All right.
just be prepared to do that all the
Follow-up
time.
question. She wants hard, but she doesn't want hard.
Next question.
Discussion on how much explanation or lack thereof is in game for many of these systems and how Blizzard continues to be extremely reliant on add-ons and outside content creators, guides, or writers to fill the gap for them. In particular, I'm thinking of profession knowledge points and their sources, including weeklies and versus one times, etc. Crest sources, amounts, and golds. Okay, so we've talked a little about the crests, like for example, getting you can get, I think, like 30 mythic and 30 heroic crests from completing the campaign or something. I don't remember. They don't explain that. I don't think that's necessarily needed to be explained. Do you guys agree? Like, it's just one of those things that's like a nice perk to find it.
getting what from the
Where would
campaign?
they
Like getting
explain
getting
it?
hero crests from completing the campaign.
Oh, yeah, I think you're naturally incentivized to complete the campaign because you're in theory going to want to see the end of the story. So
One thing that's been nice that I've been seeing them more of is that, like, if you start a quest chain, it'll tell you the big reward that is at the end of the quest chain. So, like, I noticed they do this
Yeah, that
especially.
confused me actually.
Yeah.
I was like, "Where's my thing?" After I did the first part of the quest.
Like if you do the heritage armor or whatever it is, like, it'll tell you, like, if you start this is what you're gonna get. They should do that more. But I'm thinking of, like, again, with professions in mind, because they specifically call it the profession knowledge points. I think choosing your knowledge path in the trees is like, yeah, you can min-max it and make gold. Of course, go to the guides for that. But I think the game does enough to kind of let you want to go through them.
I mean, if you hover over the tooltips, it tells you like
It does,
what
but you
get
don't
out
know.
of
You
them.
don't know. Like, you don't truly know what the benefit's going to be until you get deep into it, and then you might regret going that deep, because you can't reset the talents.
All I did was thumb around until I saw, oh yeah, you can herb when mounted. That's the one I'm going
Yeah,
for.
yeah,
You know,
right.
like on both of mine.
But there's other ones, like for example, there's for each profession, I think there's 8 plus 3 profession knowledge points items in the world, right? And I'll be honest, yes, I go to the guide and get those once I'm ready to like kind of push into the profession. But as I'm leveling and just stumbling across them is a really nice like,
I love those.
yeah, right? So I don't
I love
think they
little
should do
world
that either.
treasures
Like
like
leave it to
that.
Wowhead. Wowhead will do it for us if you really want to know. Again, if you're the min-maxer, but like they don't need to tell us where they are. They're supposed to be little surprises, right? So
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think it's they put the stuff in the game, and part of the game is figuring that stuff out on your own. I think that, obviously if you're someone who wants to optimize or do it quickly, you can use a guide to kind of help you out if you don't understand it. But I don't think there's much more Blizzard needs to do in terms of how they have it set up to where, you walk around the city, you go, okay, I'm gonna start doing skinning,
a lot
and
of
then
them
you
are in
skin a
Silvermoon.
couple things. Yeah, and then you like skin a couple things, you see yourself getting points, and then you go into your professions thing and you're like, oh, what's this tree? Like I think it's pretty intuitive if you care to look for it. It is, the way professions are now are not easy to pick up right away compared to old ones where it's just like do 30 rough copper bombs and you're good to go. But
I
I
actually think
think
it's the
it's,
opposite.
well, okay, but when you're like 100 skill points or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you're in your tree, it's not always easy for someone to figure out, wait, how do I make a weapon and like 5-star or whatever.
No, I think so. What they do is when you have a profession, there'll be a quest in Silvermoon that says go talk to your people, right? And then that trainer will say, cool, make me 2 work orders and I will give you some knowledge points. And then as soon as you start hitting 25, 50, 75, and 100, right? If you have like 4 different talent trees, the game is screaming at you to go look at them. Like it does not let you not look at them because there'll be a pop-up,
gotcha.
like, right? And so it'll tell you you've just unlocked your first, you choose. And again, you can look at the tree if you want, but it has a general overview. And as, for example, let's say you want to make a 5-star weapon, right? You're like, cool, I want to make weapons for people. The mouse overs will tell you like, okay, if you do this, you will get +1 for every weapon. And then of course the tree just naturally shows you like axes, 2-handers, 1-handers, daggers. And so you just like immediately go like, well, I know I use 2-handers, so I'm going to go down this route. It's like, it's as intuitive as it can be. Now, again, for those who want to min-max it, right? Who throws like, okay, jewel crafting is a good example. When I came in, I said, look, I'm going to make every jewel at Gold Star. That's what I want, or every gem, right? That's not a good moneymaker. It really doesn't matter, right? What matters is making the crafting components for alchemists to make easier Gold Star stuff. So, for example, making the flasks that you can buy the flasks off the vendor for whatever, but you can actually make Gold Star versions of them as a jewel crafter, and it takes it from what would cost 5 gold to what costs now 600 gold on my auction house, right? And so getting that Gold Star is a huge deal. And if I'd put all my talent points into that, min-maxing it, I'd be making a lot more gold early in the expansion. Okay, I missed out on that, but that's okay because now that I realized it, I rerouted all my, and it's just fine. I'm there now because I engage with it every time for the most part I log in. So like, I think it's, as long as you know how the auction house works and you look for the right things, the game doesn't need to tell you anymore, I think.
Yeah, I will say I made a bunch of money in engineering the first couple weeks, and I like doing this, making the profession equipment. But after you've invested your talent tree in making profession equipment, I mean, that market dies down pretty quick. So then I was like, I'm gonna over it now.
This expansion was new to that because you had to collect those, I can't remember what they're called, but the green ball things. And they were very hard to gather at first. They made it a little bit easier in 12.0.5, and then they're making it even easier in 12.0.7. But yeah, you could only craft one of those at like every 3 weeks, if that. So yeah, like it could definitely have slowed down, but I think Scrap, there's a longevity. That's what they were trying to do, is make some longevity to getting those weapons. So like they're trying to do stuff. I just don't know what more they could do.
Do you think if they do that again, where they have longevity to getting the epic versions, I think they should definitely give you something where, similar to how they did the roles, where you can catch up, like they can just do the quest multiple times or do whatever you need. I know they put them on like a vendor, but if they do it in like a different way, give it so like if you decide like 4 weeks into the expansion, you're like, I really want to get into this now, you can catch up pretty quickly. You don't have to do a bunch of those abundances or whatever.
I think that's what they're doing with the 12.0.7 change. The abundance is still the same, but you can do them all at once now. And so you can kind of like catch up quickly. Whether that's going to be their method going forward as like a, let's say, a new expansion and they do the same thing, I would prefer if they stagger it, because I do think there should be some, waiting, time gating, they'll call it, to getting all that stuff, because, otherwise everyone's going to be, possibly making more crafted stuff very quickly, and it thins the market out a little bit, I guess. All right, PvP. I know
wait. I got one more UI gripe with the professions.
Okay.
When you go to make a thing in your profession window, there's like a little bar that tells you if it's gonna be a silver star or a gold star. And when you craft something, it like glows for a second, like it's going up the tiniest amount. You know what I'm talking about? You know that little bar?
Yeah.
It's on the right side of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so why does it flash and glow every time I make something, as if it's going up?
Because you're earning talent points. You're crafting things that are giving
No, but it doesn't go up. The bar doesn't go up.
It does. It just goes up so minimal because you got 1 point and you need 400.
No, it doesn't go up. It doesn't go up. That's what I thought it was going up an infinitesimal amount, and then somebody told me, dude, that doesn't go up. You have to put in the concentration.
I don't remember it. I don't remember it flashing for everything that's normal.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about the flashing part, but it that bar changes based on what.
If you put concentration in or something.
Well, yeah, concentration will max it out or whatever, but other consumables that you can add to the recipes will change that as well.
My understanding is every time you get like something that makes that bar go up, it like glows as it's and growing, right?
It does it even when it doesn't go up.
Okay, we will submit a bug report. I don't
Just file that gripe for me.
Sure.
It's very confusing.
What a reason why. That's why professions are failing. All right, PvP.
Yes.
I know it's a bit of a meme, but somehow there's a community keeping it alive. Yes, that is true. In fact, the AWC was going on right after MDI. And you can't deny that there are a lot of people, other popular games out there that are PvP centric or focused. I'd be curious what it would ever take to get any of you dabbling into it and having fun, if that is even imaginable.
Oh wait, us to dabble into it?
PvP.
Let's do it next season.
Does it sometimes.
No, I've done it a bit before, but like I'm not that into it. I'm not very good at it.
Scrap was doing it with Shawnee, I think, for a little while.
Shawnee?
No.
I was doing it with Pickle.
Pickle, yeah.
Yeah, me and Pickle did 2s, and we got 1800 one season, and then I stopped. Yeah. Got a couple arena mounts, and I was over it. But I mean, I would do it again. I'm not very good at it.
No, I'm worse than Scrap at PvP. I'm really bad.
Yes.
And back in the day, I mean, I didn't really play then, but I know people would do a lot of PvP arenas, battlegrounds in between raids, or a lot of less people raided, so PvP was also a bigger part of the game then. For me, I just think about, if I'm playing, I'm probably doing Mythic Plus, I might be doing raiding. I just don't see where I'd have the time. I just don't ever feel like I have that time where I'm like, I should hop in and do some arenas right now. I think there's enough in the game that engages me that I don't need to have an extra kind of thing I'm playing with, I guess.
I think if I had more of like the way you guys like will play your main character and then play an alt, right? Like I would like I feel like playing arena even with the same character and the same spec is kind of like having an alt, because you need an entirely different gear set, right? You need to have the PvP gear set. And like I just don't particularly enjoy grinding I know it's pretty quick, it's not that quick. It's not that quick and it feels tedious. But once you get enough to start getting the arenas, you get the honor and the conquests, and then you can just slowly fill out your gear because it's fine because everybody else is kind of doing the same thing.
I should put an asterisk on that. I did it through mostly comp stomp, so maybe that's why I wasn't.
Oh no. Yeah, like if you once you start doing arena, you start getting conquest pretty fast. But comp stomp is egregious. That is the dumbest fucking thing ever. I know people like it, but holy shit, it's so stupid.
I don't like it.
It's there's no I will not do that.
There's no point in doing it.
I like battlegrounds, but it's like I feel like rarely you're winning because you're doing well. Like people are like way over kitted for it. Like there's no like bracket where it's like, hey, you're not gonna be put in a random battleground with people who are way better than you or way worse than you. It's like you're thrown in with fucking anybody and everybody, right? Right, there is for rated battlegrounds, but like you need a team to do rated battlegrounds, right? Like so, and you need to be
team
communicating.
You need a team to Mythic Plus.
I feel like if there was like a BG bracket that you could climb, like that was not rated, like but there was rating to it, you know what I mean? Like where it's like, if you
Not
do
rated, but
better,
it's rated.
not
It's
because
not
like I get
officially
the
rated. It's not
You
officially
want a
rated.
solo
you know what
rated
I mean?
BG.
A solo rated BG, I would be
Here
more
comes now the
enjoy
solo
it more.
mythic plus Q folks coming out of the woodworks going like, what?
Exactly. I'm talking out my ass. I'm not saying I don't enjoy these things. It just takes more time than I'm willing to give, especially if I had somebody who was like really into it and would take a lead on it, because I don't want to lead on it because again I am very bad at it.
You
So
don't want to lead on
I think
anything.
I
I
think
don't want to
that's
lead
the
on
problem.
anything.
I think on paper it sounds like a great time and I would enjoy it more, but here's the problem.
It is really fun.
Unless you have a group, right? Unless you build a quote unquote raid team for it, it's like the most frustrating thing in the world is trying to herd. I mean, again, we talk about my raid leading and having to herd cats. It's 10 times worse trying to herd a battleground, right? Like people are just not interested in doing what it takes to win. They're there for many different reasons, and one of them is just to get enough honor. They'll AFK at the fucking front, waiting for it to end, whatever. And so like, if there was a incentive for me to build a team and then raid a battleground or arena or whatever, I feel like it would be a lot more fun. But the other side of it too is that with raid and mythic plus, it's very clear what the level of fairness is going to be, right? Like there's very little RNG that's going to make you say like, man, fuck this game, it's so unfair. But with any PvP, against other players, there'll be times where I'm just like, they're cheating. There's no way that happened. XYZ,
There's
right?
people who have they only do arena and they've been doing it for like fucking 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And they know everything that your character can do. Meanwhile, I'm like, I don't fucking know what that guy can do. So like, there's been times when we did it and it's like we would walk in all confident. It's like, oh, we just stomped some people. It felt really good. It was like a long fight. It was like 2 minutes stuff. And we walk in and just immediately die within like 30 seconds. And it's like, what the fuck even happened? Like what
That's
happened?
another thing too. Like, if you play something like League of Legends, most of the characters only have like 4 abilities. So the first time you match up against a character, you might not know everything they do, but you'll pretty quickly go, okay, the next time I play them, I know their abilities now, I know what to do. Like warlocks especially are ones where it's them, they have their pets, they have their dots. I don't know what's killing me, I don't know what's not making the warlock die, I don't know what these pets are doing. It's just there's a lot, and I think it's kind of intimidating for people if you haven't done it to kind of jump into it, because you could put the time in if you really care to do it, but there's just so much to it that is very intimidating.
Well, and the thing about it with arenas is that when you die, you die. So like you don't learn, you don't have enough time to like say, okay, I learned my lesson, let me go back and go again. Like with MOBAs, you do.
See, that's what I really enjoyed. Like it was me, I was DPSing as Fury and he was healing on I think a Mistweaver, because like he was keeping me alive, right? So I could just as long as he could keep me alive, I could just kind of like, oh no, we fucked up that cooldown, keep going, right? It wasn't just like, oh, I fucked up and now I'm dead and now there's nothing I can do, right? I had like a safety blanket, I guess. But like, I think we should do 3s next season. I'll heal. Like you're on your DK, that's a lot of control and stuff, and then Lythian on Survival Hunter, bro. Like that's actually not a bad comp, I feel like.
Maybe. Like I said, some of the PvP sets, like the recolors of the tier sets, look fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's kind of
really
cool
good
is
colors into that.
those get retired also.
Yeah,
like the mythic sets, like from raid and stuff, you can just go back and get them if you want. But the 1800 sets are retired.
I think I was looking into this because there was a set that was like, oh shit, that looks so good. I think what they do is they give it like 3 expansions and then they make it so you can buy it with honor, right?
Oh, is that so? I didn't know that. I thought they
I'm
get
not,
retired. But
tell us in the comments how wrong I am, but that's what
Frank,
I've gathered from Wowhead.
I don't think 1800 is too hard, right? Like you just have to.
If we set our mind to it, we could do it.
Me and Pickle kept getting stuck around like 1700 to 1800, and we always be like 1 game away and then like lose like 5 times in a row. That's the other thing, is that your rating goes down if you fuck up, which is really different than Mythic Plus, right?
Well, I think Mythic Plus should adopt it, but I could understand the reasons why not to.
No, because then I would never do keys with Stoop. You know what I mean? Like I think it's good. I think it's better for the community. Like if you can do that, right?
These catching strays, man.
All right. All
A
right.
Scoop is just like my stray catcher. I don't mean
Let's-
anything against Scoop, but
PvP, it's always intrigued me, and every season I always think maybe I'll jump into it, but I just have never seen. I've just never feel the draw to it once I start actually playing.
I jumped into
Yeah.
it the War Within season 1. I got my whole set, and then I just was like, no one's playing with me, so I'm just not going to do it anymore. You know?
yeah. You got the 1800 set?
No. I got the
Oh.
intro set.
Oh,
Okay.
the intro set, yeah.
All right. Are WoW seasons too long? Does it feel too draggy with mini content updates like rituals and time gating on turbo boost systems?
It's perfect. Leave it this long.
Are you okay with the lull?
They were way longer in Shadowlands.
They were, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think they we definitely don't need to go backwards.
Yeah.
No, it gives people
These
time
feel
to.
quick to me, man. These seasons feel pretty quick.
What?
Like for a whole raid, right? Like they designed this
Feels
whole
quick.
raid and
I think there's enough space for you to go hard at the beginning, kind of taper off, but still play pretty frequently, and then kind of get
Yeah.
to the point where you're like, I'm ready to do something else for a little bit. Like I think there's a good. I don't mind that there's a longer lull. If there was a lot more games, like obviously I'm playing classic, so that's more WoW in between. A WoW lull is a bit different, but normally right now I'd probably be playing more like maybe some games I missed when the expansion came out or stuff like that.
if there was
So-
no lull, I would get really burned out, I think. Like
Well,
I'd probably have to
yeah.
take off a season if there was no lull,
I like the time where we have max level gear and we're just doing some pushing for a little while, and then we get to that point where we pushed, and we're probably gonna have a hard time progressing past that point, and we can kind of do whatever and just be chill. Like I like that time.
I like my
but,
retirement.
Your retirement.
Or I just come in and everyone's like, "Oh my god, Michael Jordan's out of retirement again. Come carry us in keys."
Oh, did you just compare yourself to Michael Jordan?
Yeah. And I'm
My
like, okay, bring your alts. I'll come carry you in a key. No, Frank, no, don't worry about it.
My goodness, dude. You
No
compare
Michael
yourself to
Jordan this
Michael
wheel
Jordan.
season. This isn't Michael Jordan season.
Oh my goodness.
Here's your Michael Jordan, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not bad.
Wearing number 66. It's Trucy.
Yeah.
It's like the one season he wore 45 when he came back. That's what she is.
Yeah. I'm like Michael Jordan when he came back and he wasn't that good.
Or when he played
Oh, he
baseball.
was never not that good.
Yeah, he was
I
not-
don't
he
know
wasn't-
anything about
Him
Michael
playing
Even
on
Jordan.
the
when
I
he
just
was
know
Wizards,
that
like-
he
him playing on the
retired,
Wizards wasn't
like,
that great,
lunchtime.
right? I don't remember.
I
Well,
mean-
it wasn't like compared to his prime
Sure,
yet,
sure,
but he
sure.
was still doing like
He's
20
still great,
points
yeah.
a game.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
he's still.
I only 20 points a game. I did
He's
21
still the
kicks
goat,
and
all
then
right, all
hit
right, all right.
or whatever.
No, I think honestly, here's the only thing. I just want to be able to play with friends, right? And so that's what I don't like about the lull in the end of the season. We're getting to the point where Scrap is just gonna like stop playing, right? And we're gonna have to force her to come and push with
It's
us.
coming.
Io left like week 2,
God.
right?
Yeah.
And so like I know Lythian and Haywire, we're always gonna be there to play
Haywire
somehow.
plays every day no matter what.
I
is
do
going
too.
on.
I do
Like,
too, right?
Yeah.
But like for me, I don't want to be bored playing because that's when I just start like and but what I do love though is like when things like Peak come out or we have Big
Yeah.
Walk coming out, right? So like that's what I want to fill the extra
Dude.
time the end of the season with. I don't want to feel like I don't want Raid for sure to keep going all season. I don't
Yeah,
want that.
I love I think most of our raiders are on the same page with that. In fact, all but 7 of them are, I think, because everybody didn't sign up to the raid.
I owe you a
Yeah, I saw the trailer for a Big Walk today for the first time, and let me just say first off, that's the first trailer I've watched in a long time where they just actually explained what the game is and everything I can expect in the game. So props to them, but I'm actually kind of pumped for that. That
Yeah.
looks really good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah,
gonna be
I'm
a
really
banger.
excited for that.
That comes out a
I
week
don't
before
really-
the season starts.
Yeah.
Fuck the season.
Right.
We're big walk streamers now.
No, but like sometimes I'll go to Dota in this lull. Technique always tries to lure me back. And I have a good time in that break, but at the same time, I also like, if we were to have, let's say, Tuesday push day, right? I mentioned on Discord, I'm getting burnt out right now, but that's also because I'm like trying to gear 6 alts as well.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm doing a fuck ton of keys. We'll talk about that in a second here, but like, I'm not feeling burnt out when I'm pushing though. Like when we're doing 18s and 19s or whatever, I'm having fun. I'm like thrilled with it.
I like
but
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like I'm chill with that. I'll keep up with
I
that.
think there's like a point where, you know, if it's like mythic rating or mythic plus higher pushing, where, you know, that's kind of your big goal. So that itself is fun, but just doing the tedious stuff kind of gets old. Like when the season starts, you kind of have like your week again, so it's new, so you're kind of having fun doing it. But then as the season goes on, you're like, okay, I'm not having fun doing all like the maintenance or
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, if I'm not excited to get a vault, I'm not doing the vault. Like I'm
Okay.
not keeping like Haywire fills his vault every week. Like
So let's talk about that for a second, because there's the follow-up question is, WoW really alt friendly, or do you have to pour the same amount
this
of
season is
hours?
unbelievably
Well,
alt friendly.
so he said if there were no turbo boost systems, okay.
Oh.
So I want to just put the turbo boost, talk about it for a second though. I love this turbo boost system. Obviously, we've talked about why for our mains, but actually, the more and more I play alts, the more and more I love about it. Because one thing I hated about playing alts in the past was if I didn't start playing them at the start of the season as an M plus player, right? Because if you do mythic raid, it's a little bit different. But as an M plus player, all your gear comes from the vault, and if you just didn't have the vault filled with something to potentially fill out those 13
just one
slots,
thing, yeah.
right? And you didn't start the alt right away, you just kind of always felt like you were behind. And this new turbo system, I got my DK geared up so quickly. I'm now pushing with them. You know, I've like retired some of my alts because I'm like, I just wasn't enjoying it as much. And it's so nice to be able to just, you know, the argument is this also helps people FODM change, but like that's not us, so it doesn't bother me any. But like, it is nice to know that it like on the turn on a dime, you could say like, cool, I want to play this new character and get up and running so quickly. But that's with the turbo boost system. So Scrap, you don't have any alts. Well, you do, but you don't play them. Lythian, you always play alts. You have an alt or two, but I wouldn't say you're an altaholic, right?
Not especially. Every once in a while, I'll find something else I just kind of pick up to work on, but usually I'm usually just one or two characters. Usually one character I play a lot of, and then another character I might dabble and just have something else to do.
That's what I normally do. Is I have one that I'm filling vault with, and one that I got to get that one key, and I beg everybody, hey, come take my bullshit character and one
When
key.
it comes to alts, I feel like it's one of those perception is reality things where if, like, for example, there'd be no reason for you to really have an alt unless you wanted to.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to put the work into have an alt, it just depends on how much you're willing to play it with how alt friendly the game could be. You like in Classic, for example, you would have your character, you have to level like 2 characters to 70. You know, maybe you enjoy that and so it's worth it to you, but someone who doesn't want to put in that work is going to say, well, it's not alt unfriendly. It really just comes down to what you're willing to do for your alt, whether or not, you know, the game is friendly or not, because it's a game at the end of the day. You still have to play to progress in it. How much they give you for not playing is up for debate, but I think it really just comes down to what people are motivated to do.
I mean, to talk about Classic not being as alt friendly, you couldn't even dual spec in Classic. Like, it was not spec changing friendly.
Yeah, I think it's obviously easier than ever to get your tune up to the point, right? Like, I think leveling in this expansion, all my alts, I've done more than I ever have this early into the season, mostly because delves are a little more fun. Delves are a great source of leveling. And also, if you happen to play a healer or a tank, it's like super easy to get into groups and also level that way. And then, of course, professions we've talked about. But I feel like it is easier to also play because the game is easier as well, right? Yes, you may not be able to push as, like, you know, again, barring the turbo boost system, which made it easier. You may not be able to push as high as your main was, but getting your like weekly 12s done or 10s done is easier than it's ever been. And like we do it right now. Like Haywire's Warlock, we talked about dot him up. He was doing 10s the second he hit level 90 because we could carry him through him. And he could start filling out his, like, you know, getting all the hero item level is pretty darn good enough for whatever you want to do in this game, mostly, you know.
Frankie,
the way
your Death Knight, you've only been playing for like 2 weeks,
but
and you're already
that's
doing 16,
turbo boost
17.
is the reason why that is. And again, I'm trying to
Turbo boost, yeah.
What's nice about the game now too is it also incentivizes people to help their friends, because you guys get something out of doing the 10s because you get the vault slot with the myth piece. So it's not, you're not just helping somebody and they're getting all the benefit from it, and you're just being nice. You're getting something out of it too, so
Well,
that helps.
what I'm mainly getting out of it is like a false bump to my score in carried.io. I'm
Yeah,
doing so good at a 10.
get that 66 up to a
Oh,
6.
Yeah, I need
no.
to get that. You need to look at this. I'm looking at this page. This is my average keys in 18. Like, of course I suck. I'm not supposed to be in that high key.
That is probably the
Mm,
truthiest thing you've said all night.
the truciest thing.
Trucy.
To go back to Turbo Boost though, the thing that is tedious about playing an alt, which again it's not any alt, like it's not alt unfriendly, but you know the pressure to fill your vault was always a problem. You know, you could just do one and get one and hope for the best with the dice roll. Like
Yeah.
early in the season, it's not that big of a deal, but as you get later into your myth, gear, you might say, well, now I only have 2 slots and I can't afford to only roll one. What's really nice about this new Turbo Boost system though is it actually has me doing all the other stuff in the tree in the vault, because I don't want to
Yeah,
run
it's not
8.
your
I don't
reroll.
want to run 8 mythic pluses on my alts, right? But I'll run 4 just because like someone says, hey, I need a DPS or whatever. And then I'll do 2 delves, like level 1 delves or whatever, and it'll fill that 3rd slot. And now I can get an extra bonus roll the following week, and that's effectively a vault slot, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I have more alts than I ever have right now. And it's also surprising. I don't know what, maybe this is just might be me. I feel like whenever people make alts, they always stay within their role, right? Like so Zigla and Mojo, for example, they have all DPS alts. I know they can play tank sometimes, but they don't really seem to lean into that. Whereas for me, my alts are always, I want 1 tank, 1 healer, 1 range, 1 melee. That's like how I play
That's
it
kind
usually.
of how Haywire is minus the melee.
Well, he doesn't really tank too
he
much.
tanks on his DH and then heals on his shaman,
He
DPS on
tries.
his hunter.
Tries.
I don't even think he really
Yeah.
cares that much though. I mean, granted, maybe his warlock is taking his attention, but
I mean, do you say you really care much about your enhanced shaman?
yes.
Okay.
I tried to
He
beat
beat
Roxton. I
Roxton.
tried to beat Roxton today, right?
There's
Yeah, but what talk about a low
Scrap,
fucking
what do you
bar,
mean?
right?
You remember like 4 weeks ago when I said look at my DPS in this Pit of Sauron, and I was like proud of my enhancement shaman, and then you're like, well, you did an augmentation, fuck you, you're dumb, and all that shit.
Yeah, you
Oh.
showed a DPS meter where you had cleverly cut out the augmentation evoker. You had just like cut it to
Alright.
the top 2 DPS.
Anyways.
Which talk about fucking suspicious, man.
Oh,
Anyways.
Wow,
oh
Frank, you did so
boy.
much DPS with only 2 people and nobody else in the whole key.
I thought it was obvious when the tank was 3rd, but okay.
Yeah.
Can the
Oh, sorry,
average
top
Joe Blow
3.
play 45 or 90 minutes a day, which I think that's even really high, during the week and a couple of hours during the weekend and stay relevant in terms of
90
gear
minutes
progression?
a day?
I'd say let's dial
If
back
If it's
to
average, I feel like that's
let's just say
fine, but,
two hours a
like-
week. Let's say 2 hours a week. Can an average person like the mole person play 2 hours a week and stay relevant? And
Yeah,
by
you
relevant
should
he
do
means
1
achieving
QE.
AOTC or getting like 3.4k.
Nah.
Really?
Well, I think AOTC, I mean, that takes, like, we do that 6 hours a week,
Yeah.
right?
True.
That's
a
just
lot
for
of time.
AOTC.
But there are people like Sperry, for example. They do a 1 night a week raid, right?
Okay, so that's
they're
3 hours
knocking,
right there.
they're
You're already
knocking.
over.
Okay, yeah, but you get what I mean. Like log in 1 night kind
Yeah.
of thing. Don't shackle me to the idea of 2 instead of 3. But like they do 1 night a week, right? So the hecklers that log on that will just like come on for raid, they're about to
Yeah.
get AOTC knocked out, right? And I feel like it, obviously there might be this mindset if you only log in once a night or once a week, you're not really serious about it. But there are people who can still play very seriously and competitively that just don't log in that often, right?
I think you might need to be picking one thing. I mean, Heckler and Gully, like, they're pretty casual, but they're still on 6 to 7, maybe even 8 hours a week, right? Because 6 hours for raid and then doing some keys.
Stop, IO.
Yeah. What is IO doing?
He just every time he hears 6 or 7, he said like
Oh,
he said it like 3 times this episode.
for me, I'm too old for that to register, but IO's so young.
It's because he puts his hands up. He does.
I'm not watching the camera anyway. Like,
Yeah, you're playing Roller
but-
Coaster Tycoon.
no, I'm not. I'm looking at this graph of me that's up, I guess. I don't know if the viewers are seeing it now.
No, they're not.
But yeah, no, I think that's like 10 hours a week is like, then you can kind of keep up with everything a little bit. That's a lot of video games, but I mean, like you said, we're not playing any other games really. Now us, we do a cool 20 hours a week most weeks. I
I
think.
don't. You guys do.
I'd
I mean,
say
you guys
more
Yeah.
than
play way
that.
too much.
No, what Lythian?
Not me
Fuck
more than that
off.
because I take whole nights
Scrap
off.
is well, other than Ioski, but even then he's playing classic a lot.
Yeah.
But like I'd say Scrap is probably the least amount played over a week,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because
Ah.
I take days off, but like the days I do play, I play for like 5-6 hours,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like in one night. So that
She'll play till like
racks it
4
up.
o'clock in the morning.
You know what, Lythian, those days are behind me now. I got to get up early to ride horses.
I think
Tough.
you could play
That's tough.
2 hours a week is probably not enough to make a dent in any kind of end game content, really. But I mean, you could probably play for like not a lot a day and accomplish something towards that. But you probably have to play multiple hours a week, more than 2 for sure.
I don't think you can.
I
get
think
too
if you're
far
really
into
set
it,
on a
so-
goal, I think 2 would be like okay. Like if you just knocked out like 2 Mythic Plus, but then you don't have time to like really learn the dungeons. You don't have time to learn your rotations.
Well, that's what I mean.
You know,
For a
it takes
week,
a lot-
like,
But to
yeah.
get AOTC, do you really need to learn a lot?
depends on how much you.
Man.
If you're only putting 2 hours a week, you're gonna forget everything by the time the next week rolls around.
Well, I don't
Scrap,
know
you
if
forget
you
everything every
everything, but-
time. What are you talking about?
That's
You'd
what I'm saying. It's even harder.
But
to
you
get 2
no, but
hours.
you are still getting AOTC within like 8 weeks.
Yeah,
but
but
we're
I'm
rating.
putting in 6 hours a week.
If
Yeah, we're
it's
rating
an
a lot.
average person that's just stumbling around for 2 hours a night, like a week rather, they're probably not going to be able to do much. But if it's someone who understands the game and is going
Yeah.
to be efficient with that 2 hours, they
Yeah,
could
efficient.
probably
Io,
they could
you-
probably get like 3K IO and
y-
AOTC.
Yeah,
Over the
I feel
course
like you
of-
could do Mythic Plus, you could do AOTC, but you probably couldn't do both. You certainly couldn't do
Well, you wouldn't have the
housing.
time to do both, really. I mean, unless you
Yeah,
did
you wouldn't
unless you
have
did
time.
AOTC. Like, let's say you were a part of our guild, right? And we only
Right.
did one night a week, just for the sake of argument.
Right.
We'd be getting AOTC maybe right around now. Let's just say for the sake of argument. And then you were to switch gears for the rest of the season and do 3,400, right? And
Mhm.
once the M plus becomes super
Yeah,
easy,
you can maybe do that.
you could do that. And I'd
have to
say
be
we're not the
very
average players,
breakneck.
right? But like if you were dedicated to the game and you were like, I want to get good at it, right?
Mhm.
Then I think you're capable of doing it, right?
Yeah.
I'm an average
Especially if
player.
it's like
You could.
45 minutes a night. You know,
If
45
you
minutes a
had a
night is
goal
one
set.
dungeon every night. You know.
Yeah.
So, all right,
Yeah.
we got to move. We got time maybe for one more. So I'm gonna try to combine 2 questions into one. So, is there
Okay.
ever a world where Blizzard separates content tuning between raid, dungeon, and open world delves or whatever, like they do with PvP and the PvP?
I would say they do that with PvP.
Yeah.
But
Is there ever a world? I mean, I think right off the bat, I'm gonna say there probably doesn't need to be because they're happy with how things are landing. And even if there was a need to be, it's just not worth it, right?
Why'd
Like-
you make that noise? Scrap?
because anytime you're playing a class that's doing well in raid, like you're not gonna get buffed for Mythic Plus. That pisses me off because that's happened to me a
That's
lot of
not
times.
true. What are you talking about?
You will later in
Oh.
the season, but at the beginning of the
No,
season
what
they
are
were
you,
tuning for
what are you
raid, right? What
talking about?
are you talking about? I don't have any data to back it up. That's just how I feel.
DK right here, right?
Frank, get your hand out of the camera.
Survival.
Frank, it's literally just how I feel.
So I don't think they need to change the balance or they need to separate them because PvP means player versus player, and everything else is player versus environment PvE. So it's all
Yeah.
under one umbrella pretty much.
But
And
I've met
I
those
feel
guys
like
before.
I feel like if you're the way they do that is with their talent trees now. You have a Delve build, you have a Mythic Plus build, you have a Raid build. That's kind of how they do that now.
yeah, I think it would only make it easier for themselves if they did
Yeah.
that, because you see a lot of times that, this talent is like really overpowered in raid, like, but it's, you're not really using much Mythic Plus, so it's not like you get buff for Mythic
Well,
Plus. it's not
you'll
gonna
see
get
some things like I
buff for
think it's
raid.
Discipline Priests where it says like beyond 5 targets it's diminished or whatever for certain spells. So you see them doing that when they feel like, okay, this is a really good spell, but we cannot tune it so that it works in
Yeah.
one and the other. So yeah, I think like it's there. And at the end of the day, I think it's okay that, for example, Frost DK is better in raid, but Unholy is better in, like, you're a DK. You can do both if you really want to. And you're probably going to be fine if you're a really good Frost DK in M+.
It'll be fine.
You just
Honestly,
won't
the
be
tuning
meta,
is
and it's fine. Right?
Listen, Frank, let me tell you the real secret of why they don't have to do this is because they made like every fight in this raid have cleave, so they just tune them kind of the same. Like,
Maybe. No, not every
That's-
fight. Not
that's-
every fight.
yeah, which is fine. That's totally fine.
There
I
are
hate
obviously
that.
parts where they're like, boss 1
Yeah.
does have some parts with cleave. Boss 2, no. Boss 3, no. Boss 4, 2 target cleave. Okay, I'll give you that. 3-target cleave. Like, I mean, those aren't things that, you know, they're different.
I like
Alluria's
fights
one.
where you have to like do a little bit of everything. It's like super boring if it's a patchwork single target fight. Like a lot of times I've played classes where the single target rotation was not nearly as engaging as the multi-target. Not always, sometimes it's the other way around. But like, man, it sucks when there's just a guy like most of the time.
I think where they have a harder time is in M+. That's the only place where they're probably like, okay, this is where we may want to
Yeah.
do it. And again, they're implementing certain things like target caps, right? So they have the 5 or the 8 target
Get
cap
rid of
on
all
AoE.
target caps.
Well, then that's when tuning goes off the fucking rails.
Send it off the rails.
All
I
right.
don't care.
Follow up, similar line of question. How should WoW be designed with these varying levels of dedication that players have? So I think we're thinking of the THD, like where he wants the game entirely different from us, right? Play a perfect
that guy.
world where
That's what I
everyone
have
would
to
be
say.
happy, and oftentimes designing for one comes at the other's expense. I think that's just a sad truth. There's nothing you can do about
Look,
it.
I'm happy, so I don't care if you're not happy.
So I think that's kind of what Mythic Plus does best. Is there's levels of it for everyone as far as they want to engage with it. You can, if people want to push high, that helps them. But if someone just wants to do it for just to kind of get some content in, but they don't want to do it really hard, they can do that too. I think that's kind of where Mythic Plus does it best. As far as Raid, there's multiple difficulties. I think they already kind of balance it for that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the community comments that we didn't get to all of last week. So we'll jump straight in. Brandon YR3NJ. I don't know if that's a word. Part of being a leader is accepting that there's a hard limit to how much you can actually affect anyone you're leading. Fear of retaliation simply doesn't make people play better. For many, it's distracting. Let's be honest.
Huh.
There's no retaliation that a raid leader in our space or a
Frank
M+er.
threatens me all the time, dude.
So in our
I
raid
like the
this
idea.
week in Serpentine Cavern, we were fighting Hydros, and this one guy was doing DPS during the swap, which is a no-no because it ruins the threat table.
Yeah.
It wiped us. And the raid leader was a real dick about it. He was like, "Oh, way to go, you wiped us. What are you doing? Haven't you played this game?" And the next poll, it literally was perfect. We had 0 mistakes. So I think that Fear Retaliation did great in that situation.
I
I
feel
think the guy ended up
What?
leaving the guild a few days later, so that might just be that might be a culture issue.
Yeah.
But as far
It's
as like the
culture issue.
success of the guild, we killed the boss perfectly immediately
Sensitivity
after that. So.
issue.
Look,
That's not the right way.
every leadership book will tell you that shit does not work, right?
Ugh.
Well, no, I think there's something to be said of like I think it can like fear of retaliation can help
I
you
think if
play
anything,
better.
fear of embarrassment.
Yeah, embarrassment. That's a fear of consequence. How about that?
people.
Yeah,
Fear
yeah.
of consequence
shame-
can
we
make you
shame
play
people.
better if you're able to play better. Where it's not helpful is if like you're already kind of trying, right? Like if you're trying and you're being pushed, it's like okay, well that's like if I could be better, I would. Trust me, like you know. So I don't think that's what I'm taking from it.
I think at the end of the day, like this is the whole point of the Posi jar, Tuxie jar. It's like
Yeah,
I don't
There's a
think.
posse jar?
Well, I'm gonna change it.
there
to
will
Posi
be
jar
next
year.
season.
I don't
Oh, I
think
know
even like M+.
We're
It's
supposed to get
easiest for
money
me to
here,
be my
or
most toxic
Lythian.
because I'm gonna feel comfortable chewing you guys out.
Yeah.
But like the reason why I want the Posi jar is because I know that is not going to help anyone. And again, it usually hurts me more than anything for 2 reasons.
Yeah, you're the one whose mental suffers from all that.
Well, no, but one, like me chewing you guys out, Scrap, you're not learning your lesson. You're just not, right?
No, if
Me-
I have a what was it? What was that thing that she diagnosed Lythian with? Like, if you tell me to do something, you do
Demand
the opposite.
avoidance, yeah.
If you're telling me to do something, I'm like, fuck you. Now I'm definitely not gonna do
Oh,
it.
But the other side of it too.
Yeah, I got that too, Lythian.
The other side of it too is that everything you do wrong from that point forward is
Yeah.
like amplified, and they'll never let it go, right?
Mhm.
Because
Right.
how many times will Scrap tell me that I die all the time? Yet if we pull any log, she's always 3-1, right? Or how many times will she say you can't DPS? Yet I will, have a cat fight and beat her, right? So it's impossible, and it's just gonna be your demise. Just Posi jar.
Mythic Plus especially, it's a lot easier for someone's small mistake to kind of be amplified as opposed to raid where it might not be so obvious the like one person that caused something to happen, but in M plus you know for sure who did it, so it's
Well,
easier to.
Especially if they fall
we
off
were
a
actually
cliff.
talking about this though, because Lythian was saying one of his favorite episodes we did was where we did the jury or the trial on who made the poll, right?
Oh, the B gate.
yeah,
yeah,
the
B gate.
Oh, I
B-gate.
love that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the truth is like, even I ask you, you were in a key with us where we were like, we don't know how something was pulled, and we did like this like
Oh
CSI
my
shit.
god, the rings.
Yeah. So like, it isn't as obvious as you might think,
Tragic.
because
I
even
fucking
okay,
love doing that.
no, like in that 18 seat we talked
should
about
do that
earlier
again.
today, right?
Yeah.
It would be easy for Scrap and Haywire to sit there and say Frank killed me because he didn't heal me, right?
Right.
And again, because I'm
Because that's what
so
happened.
insecure, I have to go pull the damn logs and say, was it
Yeah.
my fault or not? And
Yep.
that's where I'll become Toxie and say, Scrap, you didn't kick, or, you know, Lythian
So-
didn't use his defensive or whatever.
I'll take the position of Sperry here. I'll say when, you know, someone dies in a key, it's not always, I didn't get healed by the healer. You should look inside and go, was there something I could have done to have not died there?
Well, that's how we grow. And that's how we grow.
And that's how we grow.
All right.
Yeah.
Chessie
Still the healer's
7860 says, to avoid burnout on WoW, I tend to set my goals as I log in. If I don't have some goals set in the first 5 to 10 minutes of sitting in Silvermoon, I log off and do something else with my time. I never play
That's
for
fair.
the sake of playing, which is the biggest cause of burnout. Yeah, I mean, I'll be
Yeah.
honest, like, does anyone feel obligated that they have to play? Like, do you, Scrap,
No,
Lythian, do you
Mhm.
care about your vault not being fully filled?
I don't care.
No,
about
I don't
that
give a
right
fuck at
now.
all.
Right,
I-
but what I play to hang out with my friends. That's
Yeah.
what I play.
Yeah.
So,
I play because I enjoy the game that much. I really do. Like, I love playing Mythic Plus. I just don't
It's
want to
okay.
play an easy version of it. I don't
It's
want to
okay.
play.
My problem is I have like a lot of hobbies. And
do
so
you have
if
a lot
I'm
of
playing
hobbies?
WoW a lot, then I don't engage in my other things.
Wait until you have kids.
Like
They'll
dog
kill
training?
everything.
Yeah, no,
that
I
you-
have to. Well, I'll cut out the kids first.
Dog training. You have
I'll
dog
work
You'll
training.
put them in the bathtub.
Yeah, bathtub.
But yeah, I think honestly the best thing to avoid burnout is to just say it's okay to not fill your vault, and
Yeah.
and like just go enjoy another game. If all you do is game, right? Like that's my sake. As all I do is
Eh,
game.
And even that, like, I mean, filling your vault isn't require a whole lot of investment, you know, maybe just
Yeah.
like 1 key a day or something, or just if you wanted to.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah, it's
even
really
then,
not take that much time.
yeah, it's for me, it's just crazy because of all the alts. But even then, that's another reason why this new turbo boost or the new coin system is so great, because I don't feel like again, if it's Monday and I'm like, shit, my mage wants 4 more M pluses, that's where I'll go, fuck, this sucks, and maybe burn out. But now I don't have to do that. I don't. If I just go do 2 again delves, it'll take 2 minutes to finish on a level 1. I can fill that last slot, be done, and enjoy something else for the night. So that's nice.
Awesome.
All right. Hope Tempo called out, and this was said by a lot of people. Best episode so far. Good convo. This is the Sperry episode they're referring to. I am
Oh.
really happy. I genuinely, after that episode, I thought, well, I was worried we maybe yapped a little too much. But seeing how many people like loved this episode and said this was their favorite by far is awesome. Some people
Mhm.
called out they wanted us to get THD. If you know THD and you know how to get in contact with him, I'd love to have him on as a guest. I can only imagine Scrap and him yapping to each other for the whole episode.
I don't really
I don't
remember who
know.
that is.
I don't know who that is
That's
either.
the warlock. That's the warlock we were deconstructing all his points like 2-3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, you guys are.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm fried. I'm tired.
Anyways,
Yeah, me
but
too.
I'm
exactly
very
tired.
happy that Sperry was an awesome guest of ours.
Yeah.
And that's our second guest now. Again, we're growing. That's awesome, and we'll continue to look for more. If you have any recommendations,
Really
please put them in
fun.
the comments. We would
If you
love.
haven't
I think we're gonna
it.
definitely have Sperry again. Like, I think we have to do a seasonal therapy session. Or
I'm gonna
something, 'cause
walk
she's a really
into.
good time.
We're gonna record everything for MDI, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna deconstruct every part where we should have maybe someone help us out.
Should we have Sperry on call
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
MDI? It's like, hey, we're having a bit of dispute. We were wondering if you can mediate. Like,
Frank said pineapple, but nobody
Nobody
stopped.
listened. All right, so I thought this was another Lythians getting bots to troll me. Trebla 3080 says, "Yeah, Frank is pretty unhinged individual. We all have friends like that." And
I feel
Lythian
like you
said,
said
Frank,
some things that were kind of unhinged, but I don't really
If you
remember.
put stuff like this in the comments, please give examples because
I don't
yeah,
know.
timestamp it. Yeah.
like what exactly like
No, I
'cause,
ask you.
like,
I'm unhinged. It's okay. I've come to terms with it. It's fine.
Bring data,
for sure,
guys.
but like what part of the like because I mean, are they actually saying unhinged or did they just agree with something that wasn't unhinged? I don't know, like
I want to know who types some of these comments because like why? Like what's
I
the
can always
you-
tell when Lythian likes a comment because he'll say, for example, in this one, Frank is the worst player in the game. Am I right? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's not me. I don't know. That's somebody else.
All right. We'll end on one last one. It was called out in last week's episode where we showed the clip of me getting killed on Skyreach. Scrap. You say I never can admit I'm wrong, but I have to take this L, and here's why.
Well, it took you a long time to admit you were wrong.
Here's why. Because two people pointed this out. So, oh my God, it's Jad said, regarding the Skyreach clip, Frank was in the wrong because of skill issue. Shouldn't have been standing near the edge of the platform when fighting those birds that
That's what
knock
I'm
random
saying.
people. And that is
Because of skill
100%
issue.
true. Had I positioned myself differently, it would have been irrelevant anyways. So I have to take that L because
But that you just didn't know you had it on you.
no, I
It's
know.
a
No, and
skill
at the end of
issue.
the day, Scrap, like, it's not really your fault. I was just annoyed that you were calling me
It was
like,
just funny that
crying for 60% health.
it was. I had to dig my heels in because I was like, oh my god, you died, and you were like, yeah, because of you. And then I was like, dude, that's your job. And then you doubled down. You were like,
No, because
it's because you were calling
your
fire.
comment about it's your job made me only irate because, and again, I will refer to the Warcraft logs.
Yep.
It's your only job to make sure that fucking doesn't go off, and you did it, right? Scrap,
Yeah.
how many times did you get hit by the glaive in Skyreach?
I don't want to talk about it.
3 times. 3 times. ladies
Three
and
times.
gentlemen.
Hold on, 3 times
As we were
on one
warning
run.
her in one
Yeah.
pull, and
In
we're
one
warning her,
pull 3
stop,
times.
and she still gets hit by
I
it.
only died one
And
of
you
the
have
3
the
times. though.
audacity to say to me, it's your job. Jesus.
Dude, when
Christ.
One of those-
sometimes
what-
when
but-
you get like really discombobulated and you're just like catching up and you can't get a hold of your rotation, all of a sudden you're dropping all the balls you're supposed to be juggling, and then you get hit 3 times in the Skyreach. It just happens. It's fine.
but that broke one of our 18s, I think.
It did.
Because then
It
we had to
did,
use
yeah.
a battle res on you, and then I don't know. Frank
No,
died.
no,
I
no.
died 'cause I was backpedaling instead of
You're
running,
talking
yeah.
about the one we did yesterday, where I didn't
Yeah.
get hit by a glaive. I got hit by a tornado, and then I charged through the same tornado. Totally different death. And then Frank fell off.
That
No, I
doesn't
didn't
make it
fall off.
better,
I didn't fall off.
actually.
I got hit by a tornado because I was backpedaling instead of
Yeah.
walking forward,
Yeah.
and I didn't time
There
it.
were tornado issues. Yeah, no, I literally I got knocked up by the tornado, and I was like, "That's fine, because I can just get right back into the boss." And the tornado was moving forward, and I went through
I
the
need to find that
tornado
clip.
again. I was like, "God damn it!" I have a charge button, and so the charge just dragged me through it again.
In my defense, though, Phage Lives also commented Scrap is a horrible player just on that clip. So sorry, Scrap.
What the person below say that?
Scrap.
though?
I think that's the guy who got thrown off the edge.
Yeah, exactly. He's mixing you and me up.
Shout out.
I didn't get
Paige,
thrown off the edge.
Untouchable.
yeah. Yep. Shout out Phage.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thoughts. Lythian, what do you care about?
I just finished this book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, I think, or whatever. And it's it's about tiny changes consistently applied. You can
self-help book?
compound into remarkable results. Yeah, I read a lot of different type of leadership and self-help books and things like that because it kind of pertains to some of the stuff that I do. And I thought that was a good one. And if
So-
if you're interested in building good habits, it helps you build it talks about building a system versus just trying to achieve goals. So I like that a lot.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Any other recommendations?
I do have a question. Like you brought up the bee thing, and I
B8.
feel like
Gate?
yeah, I feel like people in our community and people who listen to the podcast would probably enjoy seeing some gameplay footage. Like if we did more gameplay footage,
yeah.
I feel like that's a thing.
I think you and I talked about this, that we're going to be a little more adamant about maybe like once an episode, we have a very quick mini trial, right?
Yeah, it'd be good. Well,
I don't want it to
some of our
feel like
trials, some of our
fake,
trials
though.
aren't many. No,
Yeah, sometimes
like
some of the trials happen where it's like we argue about it and then we look at the video and we're like, oh yeah, you did that.
Yeah, it's
like
obvious.
it's like
Yeah.
not debatable.
This one wasn't obvious, which is why it was so. The reason why I like B-Gate happened in the first place, though, is because you blamed it on me, and I had
Yeah.
nothing to do with it. And so we had to like
Remember
slow it
when-
down frame by frame, just like, you know, back and to the left, back and to
Yeah.
the
That-
left.
Just makes me think of the video where the rings pulled the mob, because
Yeah.
Frank just like without any hesitation was just like Lythian, and like
It
he
looked
said
like
it
an
looked like
arrow. It looked
it
like
looked
an
like an
arrow.
arrow.
It did.
I'm just a Bible hunter. I
Yeah.
don't
No, but in
shoot.
fairness, Ioski, there's like 6 times a night where he will say that to me if I was playing on my mage, right? So
No, for
You-
sure.
but-
It was just
yeah.
it was just funny, like watching it
Immediately
like
blame
not in the
someone.
context. Just
Everybody's behind him. And he's like, without even looking over his shoulder, he's like, Lythian, what'd you do?
yes, because
Like,
there
he
was a
doesn't
death
even look-
knight and a rep paladin and then a hunter,
Yeah.
and what's the only thing that's going to come flying across the room? Right?
Yeah,
Apparently,
Yeah.
it was
it's like a ring
That
proc.
was a ring proc.
it
Yeah.
was a ring proc.
But
from
it's just like if
somebody, I
you
don't know
tab
what it
target, it'll just fly onto something. You don't have to like
so it
hit a button.
it says like your spells and abilities cause this proc and to go towards your target. Ziggler had his pets out. I don't know what those do, if those would have stored like the proc or something, but
Yeah.
basically I'm guessing he maybe thought we were gonna pull that or not.
It
but
could have
he
just
had
been
one
a
of those
split
targeted
second
maybe.
where we were like
Yeah.
just exiting combat, right? Because we were on a rush. We were like, let's go. And it might have been
Yeah.
that we just killed it and he tab targeted it before it died and it just
Yeah.
fired it off, you know? Whatever.
Which I mean that sucks, but it is what
But
it
do you
is.
guys remember the original like trial was in Plaguefall? Where
Oh, the one with
Haywire's
Steve?
stone guy. Yeah, with Steve. His the
yes.
shaman stone elemental.
Yes.
Like
Ugh.
and he was so quiet because we were all melee except for Haywire, who was on his shaman, and something got pulled, I think, into the boss or something. And it completely wiped us. And we were looking at it from like different angles and we were debating it and trying to figure out and blah blah blah. And at one point we were like, wait, it was like literally like a zoom and enhance moment.
Yeah,
Where you
yeah.
could just the toe of the rock elemental going off screen, and it's like, wait, we gotta look at it from Frank's stream to see it, like we could see the rest of it, and it was totally we talked
Scrap.
about that for like an hour.
Let's be honest. 9 times out of 10 it's Haywire.
It
Yeah.
is. That's
We had
Haywire
another
will
one.
like
We had another one where he did a flame shock onto a mob that was like 5 miles away. And
why aren't we talking about how Haywire, like earlier last week I accidentally pulled the side pack in my Star Caverns. You
Yeah.
guys were so like blaming me, blaming me,
Yep.
blah 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 blah. And then Haywire not only pulled that pack, but he pulled 2 other packs immediately after that. Like what the
That was a
fuck is
bad.
going
That
on?
was a bad run for him. He was just
Yeah.
pulling everything, and his
It
pets were
happens.
bugging out.
But he is anytime we're arguing about who pulled it and he's completely fucking silent, we need to just
Oh,
stop
yeah.
arguing about it.
That's-
We know who did
You
it. Like,
know.
he will not
100%.
admit it. He'll just let us argue for like 20 minutes quietly, probably laughing to himself and steepling his fingers.
All right, Scrapclaw. Any recommendations?
No, I'm going to the lake tomorrow and I can't wait to do that. So no video game, no video game.
Get Mina the
No lake for me.
Mina the Hollower or whatever.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm thinking about getting Subnautica because Darren really wants me to play that and it's on the Switch.
Yeah,
Oh.
Mina the Hollower.
And I've never played it.
Get that. Mina the Hollower on Switch it's like a
Getting over-
like a Zelda-esque type.
My client today
8-bit
had a
game.
recommendation for like a Metroidvania that I never heard of before too. That looked really cool. So
The Prince
I
of
don't
Persia
remember
one
what
was
it's
really
called,
good. But yeah, Subnautica is great. It's just I think it's a multiplayer game, and I think it's better as a multiplayer game. So
no, it's a single target. Well, you can play it
Yeah,
multiplayer.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I ask you.
Yeah.
Any recommendations? Anything we cut you off from?
I don't think so. Recommendations.
6-7.
I don't remember the name of it. We played this game at my friend's house earlier. That was really cool. It was like a board game. I don't remember the name of it. I'll get it for next week, or we can edit it in after if I remember it, because I know we'll have a couple days before this goes live. But
Jumanji.
it was a so the game is one of those hidden information, but you try to order the things. So you get a card that has like a number. So let's say like Frank gets like a 44 and Scrap gets like a 64. So we want to get the cards in the right
Sequential
order from
order, yeah.
lowest to highest. So
Yeah.
44 to 64. And the clues on the cards are like a famous cartoon character. So Scrap might be like Fred Flintstone, and Frank might be like, well, a lot of people know Fred Flintstone, but a lot of people might not know Felix the Cat. And then using those clues from you then try to unknowingly arrange them in the correct order. It's
Right.
fun. It's cool.
I've played that game like without cards before.
Mhm.
Like There's a game similar to that I played online with some friends. It was called The Heist. And the concept is that everybody is playing Texas Hold'em, and it's collaborative.
Oh, we
But
played
you
one
get
like
a
that
chip.
too.
And the chips are numbered like one. There's 5 players. The chips are numbered 1 through 5, and you want to put it in order of like where you think your
Yeah.
hand places
Are you
versus
sure it's
other
not
people.
called The Gang?
Oh, maybe it's called The Gang. I thought it was called The Heist. The Gang,
We
yeah.
have that one. I love that game. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a great
it's really
get
fun. So
going.
it's like silently trying
Dude.
to like figure out like based on how they're like betting, if you have it in order.
We had a
It's a lot of fun.
friend one time that was like insisting they had the best hand and they didn't even have like a pair. It was
Yeah.
it was so funny.
Yeah,
guys-
if people don't know how to play poker,
Boggle.
then it's a problem.
Do you guys
right?
remember the board game where you like Codenames? That's what it is.
Codenames.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it sounds like
that's a great
Codenames
one.
kind of. Yeah, and I like that one a lot.
Mhm.
Okay. I haven't seen any good movies. I keep trying to go, and the kids
Go
don't
see
let me.
He-Man.
I want to see the
actually
sheep
hear
one.
I hear He-Man's really good. I hear the sheep
Did you
one
watch
is
the
really
sheep
good.
one?
No,
You did watch it.
so we're going to the beach. Toy Story comes out next week when we go to the beach. So I'm certainly going to take the kids to see Toy Story.
Okay.
I wanted to see didn't somebody just come out? What the fuck? I can't even remember anything. He-Man I heard was good, but I wasn't going to go see it because I thought I'm not a big He-Man fan. Oh, Disclosure
I
Day.
didn't
I
even
want to go
know
see
it was
Disclosure
out.
Day, the new Spielberg movie.
Is that the Spielberg? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the Spielberg one.
Oh.
I want to see that.
Another recommendation, everyone knows the song "You Got a Friend in Me" by Randy Newman from the Toy Story soundtrack. Well, he also does another song on that soundtrack called "Strange Things,"
Yeah.
which is
Strange
yeah, like
things are happening to me. Yeah.
2 years ago,
Oh my
I
God.
found a
People do it.
TikTok of that scene where like Woody's all depressed because like all the cowboy stuff's getting taken down, all the buzz stuff's
Yeah.
going up, and like it got me looking up that song on Spotify, and it's probably like my top 5 play songs like the last like 2 or 3 years. It's just like
I'm gonna put it on my
it's a-
playlist. That song's kind of hype.
It's a random like obsession I have now, so I
Oh.
definitely recommend if you
Did we
don't have
nail
that,
it?
listen
I
to
got to
that one.
recommend
Io?
for a song too.
Oh, okay, go for it.
Does anyone know who Ray is? She's like a
No.
somewhat new artist. Anyways, she's kind of like a oh god, I can't remember. Amy Winehouse. She's kind of like an Amy Winehouse vibe. She came up from a very traumatic event, which was like a lot about what her music is about. But she has a song called Joy. I heard it on the Colbert show. I like
Okay.
a lot of her music. It's really good. But Joy, very good song. Very
I'll tell you,
upbeat.
it's a
very,
good week for music for my husband because there's a Olivia Rodrigo
Yeah,
album that
yeah.
just came out,
Yeah.
and then also a Death Cab for Cutie
yeah.
album.
The
And
Death Cab's not that great. It's good, but it's not great.
we're gonna listen to both in their entirety on the way to the
There's
lake,
also
so I
a
can really get
Strokes
an
album
assessment.
coming out soon.
Oh, Strokes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their new song is really good. I like it. And also, I can't remember what the other one was. There's another one, another big album coming out. Yeah, a lot of good music coming out this
Yeah.
summer.
Good music coming out.
All right, well, we will have an episode sometime
Without
in the near
me.
future. No, well, okay, so we recorded this episode on Friday so that you could go to the beach tomorrow and be back next Saturday. The intent would be
Welcome.
if we have an episode next week, it's because there's 12.1 news. If there is no 12.1 news, we will take the week off, and then I will wait till the following week to hopefully have that 12.1 news. I will bring my laptop. I'll bring all my equipment in case we got to do an episode while I'm at the beach. It will be very strange for me because I'm usually in the comfort of my nice chair and able to control multiple monitors. I will not have that at the beach, but we will commit to making sure that even though we have 3 episodes we can go, we will not squander that by just taking all the weeks off in the summer. Until then,
What are we gonna do if we do all the episodes? We're just gonna have episode 100
no,
twice.
we
or
will
something?
no, we will wait. We will wait at one
You'll
point.
skip.
I'm going to use those 3 episodes because again, it's been torture sometimes to figure out like what do we do in this episode. I will prepare a
Yeah.
trivia episode, right? Like we'll have 12.0.7 come out. We'll maybe do the raid or not. I don't know. We'll have the 12.1 announced. That'll be obviously a big episode.
Maybe they'll announce a housing roadmap. We could talk about it.
Maybe, right? We'll have some PTR stuff that I'm sure we could like do an episode on. But the truth is that it's still the end of the season. There's not a ton going
Mhm.
on. So unless they have some insane things happening in 12.1,
I have the sneaking suspicion that now that we've realized we have a lot more cushion, there's just going to be shotgun news after news after news.
yeah,
Of
they're gonna
course.
the 3 weeks we should have taken it, they're going to torture us
I
now
know.
that we didn't take it.
Dude, I can't,
Um,
Frank. I wish you hadn't said like, "Oh, we could have totally taken it off," because then I was like, "Oh man, I really want it off."
Well, look, we
But
got
it
2
didn't
hours
matter.
today. We got 2 hours today.
Yep.
That's great, right?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
And that said, we now know that we have 3 in our pocket we can use. We will use them again because I want episode 100 at BlizzCon.
I have another weekend in July that I'm gonna be gone. So
Well, maybe we find a really cool guest, or maybe we just take the day off. You guys should take
Yeah.
the day off. It's
I
the
know.
summer. Enjoy
take it off,
yourselves.
listen to somebody else.
That's episode 89. No money in the Toxie jar. Just noticed. Hey, good for me. Until episode 90, until 12.1 comes out, have a great week. We'll see you soon.